Ladies with gentle hands, welcome to the Trophy Pod.
It's just perfect timing, mate. Oh, poor guy's just like
oh,
barking in his sleep. Keep going, mate. You've got it. Let's go.
oh man, I'd actually love to see that in there. Anywho, ladies with gentle hands, welcome to the Trophy Hoarders.
Hey, excuse me.
Ladies with gentle hands, welcome to the Trophy Hoarders podcast. This is episode 12. I am Leon, and I'm also joined with Chris. How you doing, buddy?
Mate, I'm doing. I'm actually doing really good. I've been grafting, mate. I've been putting some work in. That PlayStation controller's been getting put through its paces,
Really? Poor controller.
mate. Putting it to work. First game. We'll get straight into it, mate. Some Dead Cells from the Video Game Book Club.
I just got to say thank you, John, for that
Yeah, and
recommendation.
picked by Mr. John Callum, our previous guest. How did you find it? Did you enjoy it? First up, how much did you play? I feel like we need to get that out as well.
I feel really bad because I know that I'm not really following the rules when it comes to this in the past few weeks. I think I played around 30 minutes to maybe 45. So under the recommended threshold. Um, I just didn't like it, mate, if I'm being
Nah.
honest. It some games are for you and some games aren't for you, and that particular style of game just isn't for me. I'm not going to shit on it though, because visually it did look really good, and I thought like the gameplay mechanics were quite clean as well. So like it is a good game. I would go on a limb to say like it is good. I'm sure you may be able to hopefully reinforce that point. Like it was good, but it's just not a genre of game that I like playing, nor am I good at it, sort of thing. And I found myself just repeating the same thing over and over again. And you could argue that's the beauty of that style of game, but just not for me. It just didn't pique my interest. So I have to issue an apology for that one, and I promise I'll be better next week.
How far in did you get? I'm curious.
So I got through like the initial. It's obviously not a tutorial because if you die, you go back to it. Like so, the first section, I got through that, and then I went outside and I got a trophy, and there were a bunch of enemies, and there was some like electrical enemy that was like giving a shield to the other enemies, and there was like 4 or 5 of them, and they just swarmed me, and I was like, "What can I do?" And it obviously resets you to the very start of the game. So that's the furthest I got to. I did get back to that point, and I got a little bit further on, and I think that was like the final nail in the coffin for me because it took me about maybe another 30 minutes to get back to that point. Like I had a really good first or second run. Do you know what I mean? Like I had a really good run, and then I could just never get back there. So I was like, I need to get back there. I need to try to progress this, and I just couldn't. And I got there, and I died a bit further on. So I'm assuming you got further. Please
Oh
tell me
mate, I
you
get
did.
so much for it. I feel bad because I only
Yes.
played like 2 hours of the game. So mate, I've been putting in working on like videos and stuff like that. And I kind of left it last minute. So I only played it yesterday and today. But mate, it's one of the ones I wish I gave it more time. Like I'll be playing it. I think I've got time off in April. I've got a wee bit of time. I'm gonna go back to it, and I want to at least like beat the
Really?
game once. Yeah, mate, I actually really liked it. It's not like that's not my type of game usually, like that Metroidvania, roguelike, blah blah blah. You know, all the key buzzwords that people use. But
Yeah, engagement.
but mate, I just found it super fun. So even like the combat and stuff like that, and even like getting like dying and getting reset didn't bother me that much. Like when I die in like Hollow Knight, it's like oh, for fuck's like just want to stop playing. But in this, I was like, it doesn't bother me. I think it's because number one, how fast paced it is, and then number two, the wee timer in the bottom left that tells you like how long you've been playing. In fact, I just
I
remembered
didn't even realize the timer.
it's in the
I,
bottom
I,
right. You'll be able to see gameplay because I
mm.
just remembered that we changed it, so you can see gameplay of the actual game we're talking about.
And as well, if you are watching on Spotify now, because we've started uploading the videos to Spotify, so obviously you can listen via audio, but you can also click and see what we're doing as well. Or you can come over to YouTube. or vice versa. Sorry, Chris. Continue.
So I think because the timer, it's like I'm like 3, 4 levels in and I die, but it's like gameplay timer 10 minutes, and I'm like, you know what? 10 minutes isn't a lot. Like, I'll play another 10 minutes. Like just whereas in Hollow Knight, it's like I don't know how fucking far in I was, stuff like that. I think the timer kind of
Helps you.
yeah
Yeah.
makes me realise that I never actually wasted that much time.
Do you know when you get a lot deeper into the game and you die? Do you go all the way back to that very start
The very start.
section?
But you
And that
get
didn't annoy you?
upgrades. Nah, because you get. Did you spend any of the upgrades? The cells?
This is the thing as well. It didn't make any sense to me. I just didn't understand the buying things and the upgrade system. I think I only encountered like one. Is it? I don't want to say a special boss, but it dropped cells. I don't know what that's called.
Yeah, it's just I think
It was like
random enemies
a
drop
mini
cells.
boss. Like, I don't know. It's like I found something that seemed like a mini boss, and I think we both like one-shotted each other, like sort of like knocked each other out, and I watched all of like the cells fall to the floor and then me get reset, and I was like, oof, could have spent that on something.
I know you can like you spend the cells on upgrades, but it's like a progress bar as well. So it's like say it's 100 to buy, you just put 30 in, and then when you die and you come back there again, that 30 will still be like deposited in it kind of thing. And you just
Oh,
keep
that's really good
building it
actually.
up, and that helps you like when you get reset. So it's like I've got like a specific weapon that comes in every time that I die and come back and stuff like that. But mate, I was
Right.
loving it. It's even like the only thing is it's it's like good and bad kind of thing, but it's like it's so random. Like mate, I get an amazing like tactic or whatever it's called. It's like you put like a wee uh, crossbow minigun thing down and you just boom and it just fires into the enemies. That's how I beat the boss. I managed to beat the first boss, the concierge is called. And mate, that wee guy just done all the work. But I've never had that since. I've done like maybe 5, 6 runs since then, and I've not seen that again. But mate, there's like some
Alright.
good weapons in it. Because at first I was like the sword, I'll stick with that the whole time. And then I got double daggers, and I was like, oh mate, these are better. I was like, double daggers is the way to go. And then 5 minutes later, I find this. I think it's a sword and a gun, and mate, it's like 3 hit
Ooh.
combo, boom boom, and then he shoots. Mate, it was killing everything, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. There was a oh, I think it's an amulet where it's like see when you dodge, every time you dodge, he drops a bomb, which mate was just OP. There
That does
was
sound pretty OP.
there was one where it's like if you don't attack for 5 seconds, you go invisible. So mate, you can just run right past everybody. So mate, there's
Makes it easy getting back to where you needed to go.
so mate, there's some like really cool upgrades, but it's the first run I done. I went through it, mate. It took me, I think it was 12 minutes to get through the first level because I was killing everybody and like going in every wee nook and cranny. And then I got to the end of the level and it's the wee door and it's like you got to beat the mission under like 2 minutes to get in. And I was like,
Oh, I saw
oh.
that. Yeah, it was
So mate, ever
a lot of
since then I
fun.
was like, it just like changed the mindset. Instead of like try to find everything and kill everybody, it's like just speed run through it, kill like a handful of enemies and just speed run through each level.
What's through that door?
It's you get a bunch of dead cells. I think there's money and
Oh, right. So it's that reward, essentially.
and you get to pick one of it's either one of two or one of three rewards. So it can be like a weapon, an amulet, and something else. But mate,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the game. Like I said, it's not my cup
Uh,
of tea usually, but I was like, this is surprisingly very good. I actually really liked it.
yeah. I mean, I can understand why people like it, and I understand why it's piqued your interest more so than mine. I think I've just got a stupid TikTok brain rotted skull. And I'm just like, nah, can't be doing it. But I did find a hammer. Did you find a hammer to use?
Uh,
That was pretty.
is it the
That was pretty
Nutcracker?
fun.
It's called the big massive hammer. It's like almost
Yeah, it was
cartoonish.
huge. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
found
I
that.
got it, and I was like, oh, this is a bit shit, but I'm gonna lock in with it, and it wasn't too bad because it gave like a bit of range because how long it was.
Mm-hmm.
So it was interesting.
The ranged weapons never really done a whole lot of damage for me, but I think that's due to the upgrades. Like, I was focusing on brutality for like melee weapons instead of tactics or whatever it was. That's the other thing. I would just
Did,
put it
did,
into random stuff. Like whatever gave me the most HP out of the three is what I would usually go for outside of
Yeah,
Brutality.
because I was upgrading the stuff and I didn't know what I was upgrading. If it was my health, and I was like, is it upgrading? And I didn't know how to heal. Is there a way to heal
Yeah, so you
or
unlock that,
not?
you get a little wee health potion, and then that's one of the things you also upgrade at the collector. So you get the health potion,
Uh,
and you can only use it once, but then I've got the upgrade so I can use it twice, and I'm like halfway to being able to use it 3 times. So,
okay, nice. Because that was the other thing when I was running through it. I obviously didn't have any health and was taking damage. So it's like I knew if a run was chalked because I was like, I lost all the majority of my health really early on from a silly mistake, and I'm like, ah,
mhm.
now what?
And you can also find
How,
like cursed chests and stuff like that as well. So like, I got one, and it was like mate, some amazing weapon, but it's like now you're cursed and you need to kill 20 enemies without taking any damage, and I died. I was heartbroken.
I saw that. I thought that was just like a fun challenge. I didn't realize I was cursed.
Nah, you were cursed.
I thought it was a fun challenge. I was like, oh, okay, let me try it, and it didn't work at all. How did you find like the traversal on it? Because when I was getting towards the end of my playtime and when I was kind of getting frustrated with it, I was there was only one way I could go. I explored all of the other options, and they were like I'm assuming I don't want to say bonus content, but things that you needed to progress to like it was like the hub area, right? So I could only go to the right
Hmm.
of me from the starting place. And I was like, where do I go? Like I had no idea where to go and I could see I needed to go up, but I was like, I don't think the double jump is gonna get me up there. And like eventually I did get up there, but it's like I had to do like a really weird like diagonal jump like and then a hook. And I was like, this was like really confusing.
Yes.
I know it's obvious I needed to go up, but I was like, it's not every other double jump I've done didn't react like this. So I was thinking, is it even going to hook onto it because it's never jumped that high before?
Hmm. It's one
I
of
don't
them
know if you
ones.
had.
Seeing like the first 5-10 minutes or something, like it's kind of hard to gauge how far he can jump. Like, can he reach that ledge or not? And then it's like you kind of mistime the jump, and then you assume, oh, that's like out his range kind of thing. But then,
Yeah,
I say after playing it for a few minutes, I kind of like got the gist of it done. The only thing I would say is sometimes you kind of get lost where it's like I don't know what direction I'm going in, and it's like you kind
what
of
I try
just
and
I just kind of
do.
fumbled a bit and managed to find the right way eventually.
Yeah, what I was doing was like I was going away, but then if I knew there was another turning, I would keep that in mind before I went too far down or whatever direction. I was like, oh, let me just circle back and check it because more often than not, it's usually a dead end.
Hmm.
So, like obviously in the occasions it does continue through to somewhere else. But yeah, I'd always try and like backtrack a bit just to see, where's or what's where. That's not a word, but
Hmm.
what's where.
So the furthest I got for people that have played is the Stout Village, I think it was called. It's after the concierge boss, and it's like a fishing town kind of thing. But there was like keys. So like to get through the store, you need to find a key. So and it's like it started like sprinkling in like a bit of a story or something like that. But I was just like, "Ugh, I'm not playing it for the story. I'm playing it because it's fun." But mate, actually, after playing this game, I was like, we need to add like a rating system to the book club. A lot what we thought like each
Should
game
we
out
keep a
of five
spreadsheet?
stars. Yeah. So like review everything. So it's like 1 to 5
Mm.
stars. What we thought it.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea because then at the end of the year we could like almost do our when we do our wrapped, we do our PS Plus
Mm.
wrapped and see what we've rated. I don't know, mate. Do we go out of 10 or 5? Like,
I
do we do
reckon
five
five.
stars or
I reckon you do five.
5? Yeah, it'll be interesting. Are we doing half stars or just?
Nah, I was thinking about half stars, but then I was like, then you pretty much make it 10, don't you?
Yeah,
Because like
yeah,
4.5 is
interesting
a 9.
time.
So I think you just stay out of 5 stars. Mate, I would, because I was like, I would give this game 5 stars. I actually really liked
Oh
it.
no, you
Yeah.
no, you
See if you
wouldn't.
do it as
I think
awful, bad, okay, good, amazing, awesome, whatever. If that's how you do
the
the five
best,
star,
the best game ever. I
best
would
game ever
consider.
would be 6 star. That's when you break the scales. Shout out Dave
Uh,
Meltzer, who had 5 stars everything, but WWE matches.
uh,
He
well,
doesn't know what I'm
seeing as
saying, but
you,
you do. Whoever's there.
you the viewers too. I'm trying to learn a bit of wrestling. I've seen a man's eardrum get blown up
Oh,
by
Travis
Travis Scott.
Scott. Mate, he's a. Mate, your boy Drake was at the Elimination Chamber.
I saw he cancelled his tour in Australia to go and watch some
What?
WWE. What a
Oh,
boy!
mate, I'd be fuming.
Now, do you know what it was though? I think the reason why he cancelled the rest of his tour apparently was because he'd done a couple of nights in some, no disrespect to Australia, but not the main cities sort of thing.
Hmm.
So it's like, I don't know, going somewhere in the UK that's quite small, for instance, and the crowds weren't singing his songs. They didn't really have an idea of what he was performing, it seemed like. So I think he just cancelled it based on the merit of people weren't really turning up despite being there.
Yeah, they weren't like super hyped.
Anywho, yeah, like obviously Melbourne, Sydney were probably really popping off, and these people just didn't know the classics. So I don't know. He doesn't need the money, does he?
Nah,
He's had
he's
his stint.
minted.
He's had his fun, and I can go enjoy WWE with the boys.
So if you had to get out of 5 stars, what would you get then? I feel like we need to work on the
So
scale before we thing me, but I'm still gonna
yeah,
ask.
provisional. Yeah, provisional. So one's like the worst game ever. Two is
So awful, bad,
yeah.
okay, good, really good.
I know we've said no half stars, but I'm on the fence between a three and a four, and that might surprise you. Because I do feel like it is a good game. It's just not a game for me.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
I
I'm
reckon.
gonna go with three stars because I think it would be unfair to say it's a good game when I personally. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think it was okay. I can appreciate it was a good game. I hope that your star points.
Yeah, so I'll get a
But
I'll get a 5, which means trophy
five. The
hoarders.
first five.
Mate, there might be well,
Oh,
saying that, see some of the games I've added to this wheel, there might not be many 5s, but that means it's a 4, smack bang in the middle for the both is then 4 stars. That's respectable. That's good.
are we combining our scores together or are we doing it separate?
I reckon we did it
Should we do separate then combined?
yeah, separate and
Yeah,
combined. That is that. But that was
that
dead.
sounds fun.
I nearly said Dead Space. That was Dead Cells.
I'd love to play that. Please spin the wheel.
Mate,
Do,
hopefully
do you
that's
know
on it.
what I think we're going to get on the wheel this week?
Anime.
Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Death Stranding.
Oh, I hope not. Mate, I
I
hope
think
not.
I have a feeling we're going to get that on the wheel.
Mate, I'll eat a
Spin it.
bullet before I play Death Stranding again. Alright, it's spinning.
I really want to play it. I
I really
really want
don't.
to play it.
Alright, it's spun and
What have we got?
drum roll please.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da,
Warhammer
boom.
40k Inquisitor Martyr. Playing a bit of Warhammer, mate.
For a second, my heart dropped and I thought, they got Space Marines 2 on there? I've been wanting to play that for ages.
No, it's a different Warhammer. I
Is
think
this like
that's like
a
a top down.
real-time strategy?
I think it might be like grid based strategy. I'm not confident. There's so many different Warhammer games. I know there's
Yeah. It's a lot.
Vermintide, which is similar to Left 4 Dead, I think. I heard people saying.
Oh, that sounds interesting. I quite like Blood Bowl. I don't know if that's
Yes,
what.
mate, I'd love to
Is
play
that
Blood Bowl.
Warhammer?
That's like the NFL.
Yeah, yeah, that's really good. Did you like ever take part in like Warhammer or like are you interested in it at all?
Nah.
No?
Mate, I think it's cool.
Oh,
Like it comes up on like my TikTok randomly, where it's like
yeah.
people building them and like painting them, and they do like the wee scenes and stuff, and I'm like, man, that's so cool. But I ain't fucking doing it. Like I couldn't.
Yeah. I remember when I was younger, I don't think I really got into doing the terrains, but I had like the models of like some of the Space Marines and some of the orcs, and they were quite fun to like paint and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It was one of those things where it was like it was almost. I liked it for the creative side, but when it got down to like playing it, I just wasn't interested because it was like mainly full of adults, and it was like
Mm-hmm.
you're just gonna get pumped.
Hey, look.
Not in that way, but
Aye.
they know what they know what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? Opposed to, I know they would probably go easy on a kid, but it's also quite a difficult thing potentially for a
Mm-hmm.
teenager to try and understand.
Aye. There used to be like Lord of the Rings like version of that as well. Because I remember there
They've
was,
got everything.
I think it was like Games Workshop or something like that. They used to have a shop in Braehead, and it's like you would just walk in, you'd see like the wee battlefield and like all the wee figures on it. And it's like, oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool. But mate, I couldn't paint for the life of me. But Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr, mostly positive reviews, and it's tagged action RPG. So
Okay.
could be
Can
an
we play it
interesting one.
together? It sounds like it could be a co-op game, or is it not?
I'm not sure. The first action RPG set in the grim future of the 41st millennium. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out afterwards. Look into it
Yeah,
in more detail.
sounds exciting. I think it might sound more exciting. I think I'm in love with the idea, but I feel like the game might not be good
I
or
don't
not.
even know how old it is.
I
I've
don't
never
know.
even checked.
Yeah, it'll be exciting. At least it's a well-known-ish
And
franchise
it's a
or
big series
game.
name kind of
Yeah.
thing.
So yeah, what have you been playing in general besides the wonderful Dead Cells?
Oh
Then
mate,
you been up to
I've
much?
had 3 platinums, although technically only one. So I finished up Time Splitters 2. It'll make sense in a minute. It'll make
Wait.
sense in a minute.
All right.
So I done Time Splitters 2, finished up the story on that and the challenges. I mentioned the challenges last time, like how hard they were.
Like the skill issue thing.
Mate, it was such a pain. I was so bad at it. I wanted the future perfect, and then that's me done the trilogy. But I'm like, I'll just like when I played Uncharted, I pure burnt myself out on it because I done 1, 2, 3, and for the release of 4, and then smashed 4 straight away.
Right.
So I don't want to burn myself out on Time Splitters. So I'm like, I'll take a break for that. Vice City, GTA Vice City, the definitive edition. Mate,
Ooh.
Vice City was, well, not Vice City, but Grand Theft Auto was like, I wanted a GTA Platinum. That was one of my New Year's challenges kind of thing. And I've got it, sort of. Mate, I've done everything. I've done all the hard trophies. It says, mate, on the guide it says 45 hours. I've done it in 19 and a half hours. Like, mate, your boy smashed it. The only trophy that's left is listening to every radio station, but I'm saving it for Platinum 150. I was like, you know what? Originally it was going to be Resident Evil, and then I was like, see, when I started playing Vice City, I was like, mate, this is so much more like nostalgic. I spent like fucking ages as a kid playing Vice City. I was like, you deserve it more than Resident Evil 1. It's like number 150. So everything's done for it. I've kind of technically platinumed it, but not officially, if you know what I'm saying.
Do you know you said you did it in 19 hours? Where does that come up on the PlayStation leaderboard? Would you have made like a top
Oh
10
no, no one
for
like
speed running
one
it?
thing me. No one one sitting.
Oh, you just mean
And like total
collectively, not.
playtime
Oh, right.
is 19 and a half.
Okay.
Mate, I had to no life it to fucking get to that. One of the
Mate,
Mate, I was up till 6 in the morning playing it. Mate,
really?
oh mate, I was so like deflated because it's the hardest trophy is cannoli, I think it was called. So it's like you need to get the Dawn rank or something. And mate, you just need to cause chaos and earn a shit ton of money. So I done the vigilante missions in the helicopter, and it took me 2 hours. I think I wrote it down. I got to like 143 or something. Mission 162. I spent 2 hours on it, and it's one of the ones. See, like the further in, the more money you get. So it's like I'm getting closer and closer. So it's like I'm in too deep. Like I can't stop now. And you
Yeah.
can check my PSN profiles. It's like 5 in the morning, 59 minutes, 30 seconds. That's when the trophy pops, and I'm like, yes. And then 30 seconds later, my phone alarm starts going off. Time to get up and get ready. And I was like, oh no, mate. I was like,
Oh,
what have
no.
I done?
It was worth it though,
Oh,
mate.
it was
I
worth
would
it.
love to be in a gaming trance like that where you're just enjoying it. Do you know what I mean? Like really enjoying
Mate, it was just
the
so good to
experience.
play it again. And there's like so many like wee quality of life improvements kind of thing. So like in the OG Vice City, say you die and you fail the mission, you then need to go back, buy all your guns again, buy your armor, then get back to the mission start. And this you don't.
Yeah.
It's got a checkpoint system, so if you die
Oh,
on the
nice.
mission, it just you can choose to go right back to the very start of the mission with all your guns and all that stuff. So there's stuff like that that's just like I said, quality of life improvements that are good.
Yeah. You might be able to answer this, but with that GTA Vice City, and I think it's the same for San Andreas, there's like a definitive edition, but aren't there separate editions? I feel like one of them got delisted, and then there was like a newer one. Like, do you know the difference and which one do you have?
I've got both of them, but I done the definitive edition. So it's the original PS2 version get ported to PS4 like 10
Yeah.
years ago. And then when they done the definitive edition, they took the PS2 ports off. So you had to buy the definitive
Right.
edition instead. But the definitive edition's it's an easier platinum, and it's better.
Right. What was the one before called? Or was it literally just called like Vice City?
It's just
And
GTA
it was
Vice City, and then the new
right,
one's
right.
Definitive Edition.
Because it like, do you know like the radios and stuff? I'm assuming the licensing for that PS2 port would be untouched, but the definitive edition,
They're both
or is
changed.
they're both. Oh right.
Right, because
That
mate,
was my worry.
that's one of the saddest things. See on Vice City at the start, see when you like drop the lawyer off and then you like get in the wee car, the radio would always play Billie Jean by Michael Jackson, and it was my jam when I was a wee guy. And see when I got in the car and there was no Billie Jean, I was like, oh man. 'Cause there's like some
What
songs.
plays now? Or is it just
Oh, I can't
random?
even remember what song it was that played, but it was no.
Not
I
memorable.
don't think Hall and Oates. There's the Hall and Oates song. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. Whatever that one is. I'm pretty sure
Yeah, I
that one
can't
is
say I know
nearly.
that one.
Oh mate, you need to play Vice City. That like
I do, I really do, and I love the 80s. So I feel like it would be a good one to do. It's just getting the game, if that makes sense, because I don't have it, so it's like I think I'm just waiting for a sale or for it to come onto Plus. But it's not on Plus, is it?
it's been on and off plus twice.
Yeah, I remember playing a bit of GTA 3. I've got like 1%, and I was like, I can't be bothered. This is too old.
Mm.
Like I had memories with it, and it was just fun to drive around. I can't be bothered to platinum it. I feel like I would get more enjoyment out of Vice City though, so it's
Oh yeah, mate. Vice City's.
definitely one I want to do.
I think Vice City's probably my favourite, and GTA 4 is the best. If like, I had to do Grand Theft Auto games, but mate, it's just
Mm.
the only thing is that a bunch of the songs are missing. So like, mate, you should look up like a GTA. I think it's Flash FM done the best, and just listen to all the like, retro music, man, because it's one of the ones. See, when I was
Yeah,
a wee guy, I would literally, as a wee guy, just drive a bit and listen to the music. That's how good it
vibing.
was. Yeah, just vibing. Um,
I'd imagine it's still good though. Like it's not like they're not going to have any 80s songs. They may
there's
not be
still
like,
some good songs in it, aye, but it's not
yeah,
the full catalogue, the full experience
yeah,
that
I
you'd have
get it.
got back in the day. Um,
Yeah, I'd love to experience that Billie Jean. That does sound pretty
oh,
cool
mate,
at the start of the game.
classic. I
I'm
think,
gonna watch a YouTube video on it just to try and live
yeah.
vicariously through.
There was some like awkward trophies in it. There was one, and it's like you need there's a mission called G Spotlight, and it's like you need to jump from rooftop to rooftop on a motorcycle. But see, every time you land, the bike takes damage. So even though I was watching a guide and mate done it perfectly, like the exact same way this guy was doing it, my bike kept catching on fire. So if you do go for it, you should cheat and do what I done, which is just use a helicopter because it doesn't know the difference. As long as you don't hit the ground when you start the mission, you're good. You just use a helicopter and like, hit the checkpoints. And that's you.
Interesting. I can't believe that a helicopter counts for that.
Yep. So
I'll make sure to consult you when I start playing it.
yeah,
I'll make it known. I
mate,
don't think it'll be anytime soon though.
Vice City was such a good game. So that's technically a second platinum, and then the third was
Is
CS:GO.
it?
I mean, I've done everything.
Is
All I need
it?
to do is listen to the radio. I just need to listen to some talk show radios.
How far before you get into your next platinum? How far off of 150 are you? Are you
I
close?
am 144,
All
so
right,
I'm gonna
so
need six.
reasonably close.
I want to hit 150 this month because
Ooh,
Platin Adam said he's doing his. Know how he done the charity thing,
yeah.
and you get the trophy list reviews. He said he's doing it in April, so I've got till then to hit 150. So I was like,
Oh,
I'll smash out some
that's when
platinums.
it is. I can't remember what level I donated onto that or what was included. I think I did like a tenner or something to the charity. I don't know if that's good enough for her. I don't
I
think
think
it
you
was
need to
actually.
pick the specific thing.
Yeah, I can't remember what I did.
Yeah, I can.
Anywho, at least you'll be on there. If I'm on there, then it'll be a surprise.
Um, aye, and then the third one was CS:GO, which was for the video, but it's on my second account, so don't know if we count it or not. It's on my backup
Platinum's a
account.
platinum. Obviously not a main account, but you did get a platinum trophy,
Mm.
and
It was
it
the
is a
first.
video.
It was the first on the new account. Yes, and I did. We get the video out. I think it hit 500 views just before we came on, which was kind of what I'd set. I was like, mate, I've not uploaded in like over 3 months. I was like, 500 views is like, I'll be happy if it hits that. So
Good mate. You've cooked up.
mate.
I had a feeling as well when I saw it. I was like, this has to do well.
Hmm.
This is like one of them like really niche ones where I was like, this has to like sure like this is the formula. Like this is the formula
Hmm.
to
Like, because
so yeah.
originally I recorded it when I done it on my main account, which was last March, and I started working on another video straight away, and I was like, I'll put this away for like a rainy day kind of thing and come back to it. And then I was like, I just never went back to it. So then I was like, I really want to do 2 videos this month, and then I've already recorded and done one, but that'll be like a long process to kind of get done. And I was like, I kind of just need to like get one out at the start of the month, like shit one out real quick kind of thing. And I was going through the footage, and I was just like, mate, see if I recorded this now, this would be like so much better video. Like, you know what I mean? Where it's like you compare yourself a year ago, not even just editing,
Yeah.
but like on camera kind of thing, to now, it's like how much better you're. I was like, I bet this would be so much better if it was recorded now. And then I'm going through all the footage, and let's see how it was catalogued really bad, because the way I'd done it back then was different. And I'm like, I need to watch all these clips. I need to go through like 60 clips and try and figure them all out. I was like, this will just be easier to re-record that and smash it out.
Yeah. Because I know you said about it, and it was one of those many videos that we've discussed that just got cancelled.
Mm.
And then when I saw it, I was like, how was that like happen sort of thing? But now that you've said that you just basically re-recorded it, it makes a lot more sense because I'm thinking the stress of like the amount of videos I've got on a hard drive or potential videos, and I'm just like, no, like it's been too long and they just look rubbish. So there you go. You've learned the inside scoop, trophy hoarder listeners.
Just re-record it, mate. Get it on the second account. But yeah, because I seen Bomb Chop uploaded, and then I think you uploaded the next day, and it was one of the ones like, I just had it in my head where I was like, I really want to get a video out before we do the podcast. So I was like, and I just need to get it done. So, mate, you want to know a fun fact?
Go on, hit me.
That video was recorded, edited, and uploaded in less than 24 hours.
Damn,
Yeah,
that was like my Tomb Raider video.
Mate.
Did you set yourself that challenge on purpose, or was it just how it happened?
No, it's just how it happened. Because it was just one of the ones where I was like, I really, really wanted it before the podcast kind of thing. And mate, I uploaded it at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, no, because I saw and I was like, when did this brother upload it? I was like, what?
I was literally just like,
it.
it's done, get it out, fucking move on.
I mean, it doesn't really matter when you upload. If I'm being completely honest, I feel like the algorithm takes it. Do you know what I mean? It may be slightly better when people are on their phones, but it's 6 o'clock somewhere in the world.
Yeah, I wish it's one of the ones where there's some trophies you can cheat, which I kind of wish I did. But at the same time, I feel like that kind of ruins the video. Making it harder for myself is probably more entertaining to people.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was an entertaining video to watch. I'm not praising you because you're here, but it was one of those ones where I watched it, and if I didn't know you, I'd be like, oh yeah, decent. Like it was entertaining, sort of thing. So I feel like you would have ruined it if you did cheese it a little bit.
Yeah. So I done that, and then I played a bit of Prison Simulator. So that's the next video that will hopefully come out this month as well.
Damn.
I don't want to say too much. No, well, it's going for the hardest trophy, which is I'm Badass or I'm a Badass. You need to beat the game in permadeath, and you're playing as a prison guard, but you can customize the prison name and you can customize the prisoners. So it's HMP Trophy Addiction or something like that, and everybody that's in it is all like trophy YouTubers. I added Snam in just because he's like an honorary one, but it's like all the big names, and then there's like friends and stuff like that are in it as well. So, and all the crimes are totally random. So it's kind of fun because it's like you're running up to people and like, oh, what you in for? Jesus Christ, and then you like leave, and then there's other people where it was like John Callum, he was in it. He was in for pirating software. Shaz Sheikh, he's in it, but it was like pretending to be a messiah and charging people for it or something like that, some like mad random crime. And I was like, what a guy, man. So, but it's totally random. And then there's like a story to it as well. So it's like random prisoners, like a random prisoner tries to escape. And then there's all this stuff that happens, and then I need to work with a prisoner as well. So I think it's one of the ones, if it was just totally random people, it'd be boring. But because it's like, oh,
Yeah.
Adam McDermott's my drug dealer getting me stuff in and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
like Nick AR tries to escape for the prison and then gets killed. I don't know how much I should say. I don't want to spoil too
I
much,
feel like
but
I feel like you need to be quiet a little bit. You already
yeah,
said a lot.
there's some good stuff in it.
But no, it sounds really good, and it's one of those videos where if you get your scripting and your storytelling down right, which it sounds like you've got the driver from having the YouTubers and all of that in,
Hmm.
I think you're on for another heater, mate. I
Yeah,
think that'll be a very, very good one.
I think it'll be a good
Because
video, but I also at the time when I started it, I didn't know that there would be like a story to it. I just assumed it was like you just need to beat the game on the hardest difficulty, permadeath. But now I know there's a story. It's like I kind of wish I could go back and re-record it a bit and like, do it as like a mockumentary kind of thing. But like, oh yeah,
right,
this is Chris. My first day as a prison guard, and like kind of try and do it like that. No, like one of the Channel 4 documentaries.
yeah,
Do it
yeah. I
as
mean, you
that.
could have a lot of fun with it. You could almost take it like do more camera work with yourself opposed to the game. Like I've
Mm.
seen a few channels experiment with that. Um, but I mean, if you're just getting the hardest achievement, maybe you could roll that idea into playing the game again, or if there's a sequel,
Hmm.
and do it
So I actually
the
probably
whole
had
platinum.
a simulator game that was not horrible. So there's semi-decent simulator games out there for you, mate.
It's good to know.
And
It's good to know. Maybe I'll try one on Plus.
last, but probably least, was Final Fantasy VII Remake. I gave that a wee
Oh,
spin, and because that was the one
how was that?
that was the one John mentioned. I'm
It
bad.
was, yeah.
I'm bad at it. I'm really bad at it. I'll be
Are
honest.
you enjoying it?
I
Or
was kind of enjoying it up until Scorpion Sentinel Scorpion or something like that. So it's like you plant the bomb.
oh, in mid, yeah, at the very start still.
Oh yeah, mate, I didn't get
Yeah.
very far. So, mate, I died to him like 3 times or something like that. I'm on normal difficulty, and I was like, mate, I'm just bad at this game. I'm just no good at it. And see, like switching between Cloud and Barry. Is that his name?
Barrett, yeah.
Barrett. I mean, me and Barry are closer than you and
Yeah,
him,
Barry.
apparently. Uh, but mate, I'm just so bad at switching between them. But it's like it's a nice looking game. Like, it reminds me, like my brother was pure into Final Fantasy when we were younger, and it was Final Fantasy VII Advent Calendar or something like that. I think it was like a movie.
Advent Children.
Advent Children. That's close. Advent Children.
Advent.
It's just them opening the fucking calendar. Um, but
Yeah, no, that was a good film. I liked that one growing up as well.
it's like
I watched it like a load of times.
I'm playing it and I'm like, this is like kind of reminds me graphic wise of like that film back in the day.
Mm.
Like the graphics are really good.
Yeah, they hold up really well. They did like a 4K like re-release of it with I think like a little bit of added scenes in it like the other year, and I obviously rented it and I was like, oh yeah, this is good. This is the stuff.
So
I do love a bit of Final Fantasy, especially seven.
I played that. I ended up beating them and like escaping, and then the thing blows up, and then you start in the sewers, and I was like, I'm not really feeling it. Like I'm just not good at the game. So I might during the summer play it on easy difficulty and just play the story. Because like I say, like mate, I was just button mashing. Like, I'm not tactically
Yeah,
good at the game.
I was
Kind
gonna
of thing.
say try it on easy and see how you get on with that. I mean it I say it's not difficult, but I've obviously played them a lot and I feel like I'm obviously somewhat good at them. I'm still not good enough for hard. Um, but in terms of like the other games, like Final Fantasy 16, for instance, has a very similar play style to 7, but it's a lot easier and there's a lot more things to assist you as a player. So like you can put on pieces of equipment that it does your special move automatically and it auto heals and things like that. With Final Fantasy 7, you do need to have that bit of skill and knowledge to like activate things yourself, which can be as a new player quite confusing and overwhelming. But
Exactly.
yeah, I hope you do enjoy it if you do go back to it, but I do understand that it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah, I
So
was kind of at this. So I played. I remember playing the demo when it first came out, and I was like, I like this. And then playing it
mm,
now, I'm like, I wish it was slower. I wish it was like the OG Final Fantasy VII, or they like pick the thing and then the attack, like turn-based. So, I'm still going to get a Final Fantasy Platinum. I
Oh
went,
yeah.
it was on sale, I bought the OG Final Fantasy. I think it was £6. It was either 5.99 or 6.99, one of the two.
As in the original Final Fantasy VII,
No,
or
OG
just
Final
Final
Fantasy 7.
Fantasy,
Final Fantasy. The
like
first.
number one,
Number one.
first.
Mm.
Oh, nice.
So I think John said that was the easiest Final Fantasy Platinum. Because I think it was
It
7
is like,
Remake and OG Final Fantasy was the two games he mentioned. So I was like, I'll just do
yeah,
the OG. Plus, it'll look cleaner on the trophy list, just Final Fantasy, instead of a random
yeah.
Final Fantasy 15 or whatever. What's the one with the cars? Is that 15?
Oh
One
yeah, that's
car?
15.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend that one.
Yeah.
It's quite quite long to do. Graphically, it looked good when it came out, but I went back to it a few years ago to clean up the platinum, and I was just like, oh, I don't know, not too sure about this one. Especially playing Final Fantasy 16 and 7 Remake and Rebirth and seeing how good they look, it's like, oh, I don't want to shit on it, sort of thing. But it's like there's better games you could play. I wouldn't make you suffer through that.
What's the medieval one? Is that 16?
Yeah, that's 16.
And that
So
one looked
I
kind of
was
cool.
very skeptical about it. Do you like Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
It gave me very much like very Game of Thrones vibes in the sense of like the betrayal and like the families and things like that. I was like, oh, I feel like I'm in Game of Thrones here, but it's Final Fantasy. Like, what's going on here? Loved it, mate. Loved it. I'd recommend that one if you could get it cheap on a sale or PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, I'll maybe keep an eye out. But let's say Final Fantasy, the very first one, that'll be getting platinum eventually one day.
Nice.
I think that is an easy platinum. It's like 2 out of 10.
What, just
8
the
hours
Final
or something.
Fantasy or six
The first.
16? Oh, the first one. Yeah,
Have you got
it
it?
is. Pardon?
Have you got it, the platinum?
Oh, let's get to my section and I'll talk
Well,
about
I'm done anyway. That's me. That's all the games I've been playing. I've taken up enough time.
it. So, I platinum Tekken 8. So that's the
You
the
did? I've
first.
seen the stream, I've seen the video.
Yeah, so there's a new video out. I set myself the challenge of if I could platinum Tekken 8 in or under, wait, in or under 8 hours? Under 8 hours? In 8 hours? Tekken 8, can you platinum it within 8 hours? There we go. I
I
think
feel
we
like that's a
mentioned
good
it.
video title as well. The one for the video, Tekken 8 and
It
8 hours.
it is a good video title, but unfortunately, it's just not performing very well, which is a
Change
bit sad.
change the title, because that's what I was going to say to you as well. Well, I mean, the title's the one that was good. But see vidIQ from my CSGO video, it
Yeah,
rated Counter-Strike is like an 84, then Counter-Strike is a 94. Both them were doing terrible. I changed it to CSGO. It was rated at like a 60 by vidIQ. But as soon as I changed it to that, the click-through rate went up and the views went up. So vidIQ
yeah,
no was super reliable on that.
yeah. Because the title that I originally went with was "Can I really platinum Tekken 8 and under 8 or something like that," which was a bit of a long title. I personally thought, opposed to the live stream title I had, but that scored it a 94 out of 100. And it's not done too well, and I've messed about with it a little bit and it's still not done too well, so I'll probably just chat to you in private and see your thoughts of a title.
Yeah, I
And I
was
think
gonna look it up. But
maybe switch up the thumbnail as well, because maybe that's not helping things. But yeah, I played that, platinum that. It was quite enjoyable. As Tekken games go, I'd say it's definitely an improvement on Tekken 7. I didn't get cooked as much.
people
So
were
it was
nicer.
yeah, it was a bit nicer. And as well, because the video's not travelled that far, I've not been cooked by the Tekken community yet. I'm just waiting. Like that's the
Wait till they get
the
you.
double-edged sword of having a good video. It means that people are like, oh, this guy sucks. But mate, do you know what? It's one of them ones where it's like we always discuss it. You put so much time and effort into a video, you think that you've made a masterpiece, and it just unfortunately doesn't do well. But the game is the game. I still had a lot of fun making it. I'd say it's my best video to date and most enjoyable. Like the things that were in it and things like that, fantastic fun, but it's always a learning curve as well. So back into the gulag I go to improve.
You got another video
But
cooking? No. But do you know what you're doing straight after that?
I
Or is that a secret?
No, I don't. I don't. That's the
Uh,
problem. I kind of. I think I uploaded that 2 days ago. So we're recording on Thursday. I did it. Uploaded
mm,
it Tuesday, and obviously, when things don't always go your way, it's you kind of fall into that kind of slump of like, oh,
it's
let me
just
just
demotivating.
reevaluate and yeah, like think right, that's not worked. How can I make something else work? So I'm kind of in the brainstorming stage. I think maybe I'll shift my focus back to the 24 hours, how many platinums I can get video.
I feel like that'd be
Um,
a good video.
yeah, I feel like it would be, but I'm conscious that a few other content creators have now posted videos doing it.
Mm.
So it's one of those ones where there's been two videos within the past, I don't know, 2 to 4 weeks, and I just think, I mean, I did it in November, December time, so I should have really pumped out the video when it happened. But I don't know, you can't rush greatness. It will drop when it drops, and it will be a good video. But yeah, I think I was very close to finishing the script on that, and then the Tekken 8, just kind of happened sort
Mhm.
of randomly almost, and I was like, let me just go with it because sometimes those experiences are like the best things ever when you just similar to you of the CS:GO process, like you just did it all, you had it, it was fresh, like ready to
Mhm.
go. So
Because you
so yeah,
only bought
that's
Tekken after the John Callum episode. Because like
yeah.
you would
So
need
so
help
speaking,
boosting. That's how
yeah,
like random it kind of just happened.
yeah, which is the beauty of also having a guest on and obviously knowing other content creators because you get sort of the insight of what people are doing. So it kind of just sped up that idea that I've had for so many, well, since Tekken 8's release, right?
Yeah, you've
It's
just
always
been
been
waiting
just
and waiting for it to like drop in price a bit.
yeah, and it ended up paying a pretty penny for it still. So, but yeah, that's done, and I got the platinum for Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi.
Oh,
So
that's the one you were streaming
zero
for ages,
point
wasn't
yeah, streaming it for ages. It kicked my butt a bit. It's a 0.70% rarity on PlayStation, so a
it?
pretty
Nice.
rare one. It was my 200th platinum.
Ooh,
The only issue is that because I've got the Black Ops 2 platinum illegitimately, allegedly, innocent until proven guilty, but I've hidden that from my profile. So on
uh,
my personal profile, I can see Dragon Ball as the 200th, but because I've removed the game, it's not showing up on there.
why did you
And
remove
I
it?
don't know what's if you go onto PlayStation 3, because it's a PlayStation 3 title on your trophy list, if you press triangle over the game, it says hide game.
I know why.
So
Why did?
Oh, why? Um, because of the Tekken video, and if I made it onto a
Oh,
leaderboard,
yeah.
I would want. I can't be on any leaderboards, so that's why I hid the game. I think I'll probably show it back up eventually, but for the time being, it's hidden just for the purpose of that Tekken video.
I
So
for,
yeah, that was platinum number 200.
mhm.
I'm thinking that I should probably turn that into a video, but I don't necessarily want to make it. There's so many routes, like my 200th platinum kind of celebration video, and a lot of people do the clickbait of this is the worst Dragon Ball game ever, and I'm like, it was difficult, it was a bit frustrating, but don't think it was
I jumped into
the.
one of your streams at one point and you're like, don't put me in a spin cycle. Don't put me in a. I'm in a spin cycle. It's like, mate's just having a rough time.
I was having a rough time, but like I don't know, it's like it was really annoying, but that's almost why I liked it so much because it's like the computer was just fucking you over. It gave you no when you're in that spin cycle, buddy, you're locked in and you're gonna
Hmm.
lose the match. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, and it's it's weird. I don't know if you saw in the streams, but it's like a rock paper scissors or a coin flip system. Like you literally press. There's two buttons to press, and if the CPU matches it, they'll block it. If not, they hit you, and vice versa. So if I don't predict their move, they just beat the
It's
shit
just a
out of me.
coin toss.
So it is like I understand why people do criticize that fighting mechanics. It is quite a weird thing to have in a fighting game, but I don't know. I got a bit of love for it. Like it let you create your own character.
Oh, I love
Had its
that.
own storyline,
Hmm.
like what if universe kind of thing. Like I'm thinking more so video wise, just to talk, just sit down, have a little talk about it. Nothing too clickbaity. Like this is the worst plat. Like
What
can't
about
bother with that.
that? Revisiting my childhood Dragon Ball game, something like that. Like
Mm,
revisiting it
I'm
kind of thing. Did you already start the trophy
potentially.
list?
No, I
Oh, you
didn't. Never
started it
played it
fresh.
before. It's almost like the forgotten one, so that's another avenue to go because I didn't know it existed until I
Yeah,
saw it
forgotten.
on somebody else's platinum trophy list.
Mm-hmm.
So, so yeah. Speaking of Dragon Ball games and a forgotten one, I did once I platinum that game. I did start on Dragon Ball Raging Blast, which is another old one, which I did technically pop a trophy for when I was a youngster, just for playing on all of the maps. So it was probably me and my uncle just in 1v2 play or local co-op. So that's an 8 out of 10. It's a really awful grind and an absolutely disgusting trophy list. And I think it's even rarer. It's a 0.60%
Damn.
over 50 hours.
Is that on
It's got a lot
PlayStation or
of
PSNP?
PlayStation
PlayStation.
rarity. So I'd maybe PSNP will be a bit rarer. I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's got a lot of disgusting trophies. But thankfully, I've knocked out all of the online. So it's one of those ones where I've just done a Dragon Ball game, streamed it for a bit. People seem to kind of like it, brought in a new avenue of the community, like Dragon Ball fans, which is awesome. Appreciate you. And I'm just not going to burn myself out now. Maybe I'll chip away at it, or maybe I'll revisit in a couple of years because I know that I'm going to pull my hair out at points of it. Like
Especially
one of
when
the
8 out of 10.
yeah, like there's obviously the difficulty of beating the battles on hard and going through like, do you know that Mortal Kombat towers where you have to work your way up?
Mm-hmm.
Like you
Where you
have to
need to
sit
win.
there for hours doing difficult challenges and things like that. And then there's one trophy where you need to destroy every single object in every single map against the computer, but the computer can't destroy the objects. You have to destroy them. And there's like no official checklist. It's just what people think is it,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no way to know if you've destroyed it. Like I guess it may come over playing the game gradually, but you essentially just if that's your last trophy, you just have to play every single map and do what you think, and if it pops, it pops. So not looking forward to that
Just
at
total
all.
RNG. Hope for the best.
Yeah, pretty much. And then moving on to some other platinums that I got as well.
Oh,
I picked up the Final Fantasy platinum, so Final Fantasy One or just Final Fantasy. So I know I was biting my tongue when you were speaking about it. So I've got a Final Fantasy platinum this year, which
nice.
I said I've wanted to do. It's obviously not 7 remake. Maybe I will go back to that, but I'm obviously like 70 or 80% on that trophy list already. But I've got like the Pixel remaster thing.
I was going to say,
So
was
I've
Final
got
Fantasy 1 in that collection?
yeah, so you get 1 to 6 in it. So to be fair, I think I'm just going to go through them. There's some really good guides as well to talk you through it. So depending on how you want to play it, how much time you want to sink, you can watch a guide and get it. And it's not the hardest of games by all means, but you can also watch a guide to hold your hand a little bit because it is a couple of sections. I was like, how on earth did somebody know to go all the way up here, all the way around this bush to speak to this fella? Like it, it's not obvious at all.
That's what I was going to ask.
But
Could I go in totally blind and get the platinum? Or do you think I'd need a guide?
I think a guide.
Guide, okay.
I think a guide. I don't know, man. Like, I know guides kind of ruin things, but I did it with a guide, and I still was seeing the story, and I still enjoyed it, sort of
Mm-hmm.
thing. And I don't know. It depends how you play. I may get cooked for that. I don't know. Like, if I had to do that without a guide, I feel like I probably would have packed it in and been like, I don't know what I'm doing here or where to go because it's just not really clear. But that's also the beauty of you just exploring and vibing and seeing the world. Do you know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it depends what kind of approach and whether you're on a time crunch to get a platinum. I mean, I wasn't, but I just wanted to get one. And I got the Counter Strike Global Offense.
Hey,
That was cool. Saw your
Counter-Strike
video
Global
literally.
Offensive.
Yeah, saw your video, mate, and literally the day after, made myself an American PSN account and purchased that. I was kind of scared because I thought it got delisted actually, because there was a few things saying it got delisted, but I think that was from European
Yeah, the
storefronts,
UK
maybe.
European store. Because that was part what I recorded for the original video was like me buying the game. And it was going to be like
Mm.
how this is actually delisted in UK Europe. So I have to make a PlayStation account which I made it on my dog. So it's the dog's PlayStation account. Had to go onto this dodgy website and buy some Freedom Bucks. I was gonna do like a wee American Eagle screech and all this stuff, and then I was like, I'm not then gonna try all that again for this. Like when I re-recorded it, I was like, the re-record will just be purely the platinum experience. But yeah, you need a
Yeah.
American account, and
Yeah, it wasn't bad to do. I can't say there's many games that I want to pick up from that storefront, but I think it's definitely useful to have it in
what else
case I
did you
ever
buy?
wanted to buy
'Cause
something.
it's only like $6, I think.
I paid 15.
Was it 15? Because I got
Yeah,
two games.
14.99.
I thought it was only. I thought I only paid 10. I get two games because I get CS:GO and I get Bellator, which is like
Mm.
used to be the competitor to the UFC. Wasn't much a competitor, but
Because yeah, I was looking at the top up vouchers, and it was like I could have put $20 in my account for like 50p more, but then I was like, there's probably not much point in just having $5.01 in an account. That's probably not going to buy anything. It's almost like a waste, even though it is 50 pence for me to pay. So I just put $15 on, and now I've got 1 cent in the bank for a rainy day. But yeah, it is really confusing,
it's
really
so
confusing to
awkward.
play.
Have you ever played
So
CS? What on
never
PC?
played it. I don't think. I think I may have played Gary's mod, but I know that's not really CS:GO, is it?
Hey, that's just Source Engine.
Um, yeah. So I made the controls. I was trying to shoot, and it wasn't. I was like, what button do I need to press?
Mate, it's so
Like,
awkward. See, going for like a game that you've always played mouse and keyboard, and like, I'm not amazing at Counter Strike by any means, but like I'm alright kind of thing. Like I've played it for years. I'm just like pew, 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 pew. Then going to the controller, especially I said it in my comments to somebody. See the PS3 controller? It's got to be one of the worst controllers for FPS games. 360 was way better. DualShock 4, DualSense 5, infinitely better. PS3, see the curved on it? Curved dome sticks. Horrible. Hate it.
why don't you just plug in your PS5 controller?
I could have done that, but
You just
mate,
like making things awkward.
that was another part that get cut for the video as well. There was one point where I was like, I bet you know the Rampage trophy when arms race with dying. I was like, I bet you I could smash this out first time if I had a keyboard and mouse. And I was like, wait, it's got keyboard and mouse support. I've got a spare mouse, I've got a spare keyboard. And mate, I must have spent like half an hour trying to set it up and the keyboard just wouldn't work. Spacebar worked, and that was it. That was the only thing that worked. It was a pain. And I was like, I'll just scrap this for the video as well.
Like that trophy, I don't know how it happened, but I got it without completing the game. Or like that's the one about dying, right?
Yeah, you need to get to the knife
Jump.
and win without dying.
Yeah, and I can assure you that I didn't do that, and I somehow had the trophy. I was really confused.
It's weird. I know you can cheat it. Like you can get to the knife, and then if even if you've died, you just switch team, get the kill with the knife, and then it counts.
Yeah, unless I did that, and maybe I changed teams but didn't realize what I was like doing. I don't know why I would have, but I feel like I backed out of the game as well because I think what I was doing was I was trying to get the jump shot trophy and also the knife trophy with like the knife fight.
Oh, mate, that was a pain. Mate, that is
That
just
was
so random.
Yeah, that was a pain. And I was obviously in arms race, and I feel like if I went past a certain gun, I was using the shotgun,
Hmm.
and if I went past it because I got the kill by accident, I'll just reset the game and then work back up to it and just hope somebody dropped down and I shot them in time. That was honestly a, a painful trophy to get, like absolutely painful because my aim on it was awful as well. The knife one wasn't too bad actually. I sussed that one out. If you go onto the demolition and kill all your teammates and have one enemy, when he runs away from the bomb, he pulls out his knife.
Yeah, they were. Well, you've seen the video, but they would like, pull their knife out, and then I'd run up to them, and they'd go, "Surprise, motherfucker!" And just
Yeah,
shoot me, and I was like, gonna
that
lose it.
happened to me. He pulled his knife out for my trophy pop. I went up to him, like hit him. He pulled his gun out. I ran back round the corner, and then because the bomb was literally about to explode, he pulled his knife back out to get out of the room, and I managed to get it just.
Mm.
I literally I worked out the strat after watching the video, and I was like, great, I can it's happening. I'm actually seeing a knife because playing it normally, I never saw a knife at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then the amount of times that they pulled out their knives and they were just running away from me and I couldn't catch up,
Mate,
or
they're
the
so
bomb would
fast.
explode, and I was just like, there's no sprint button in it either, is there?
Nah, it's
I
just
don't
pulling
think.
at the knife.
Yeah.
That's the fastest you can move.
So, so yeah. I mean, thank you for shedding us that gem, and I now have the platinum trophy for it.
Yeah, it's a
But
good wee game, kinda.
yeah, it was enjoyable. It was short of fun. But speaking of not being able to run in games, I've also been playing COD Classic. Been doing that on
Ooh,
Veteran,
are you doing a video on
and
it?
I think I might do. I
Okay.
think I might do it. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like my World at War one is too far gone in the past, and it's got like my old UI where it just looks really shit.
Mm.
I'm thinking maybe COD Classic, because not many people really know about it, do they? So it is like I platinum the Forgotten COD or
I know.
some
Do the original.
nonsense.
So that's what I was going to do. I platinum the original Call of Duty.
Mm.
That's what you should
So
title it.
noted, screenshot taken.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can't sprint in that game, which is really weird. And it's like to switch your weapons, you're pressing like R1 to like cycle through them. So it's like if you want a grenade, you have to like tap 3 times to get it, and then you press the shoot button to throw.
Mm-hmm.
It's a strange system. It I finished up a stream before I jumped onto this podcast, and I'm on a section where it is quite difficult, but I've worked out how to do things, and it's almost like I'm getting really good at it. And this is why I was really annoyed with I don't know, just gaming. I was just having a bit of a hissy fit, and I was like, this is actually an awful section I'm on. But I'm actually really enjoying the challenge and like working out, right, this enemy's here and here, so I need to do this shot, and then I can get this one here, throw a grenade here and kill those two and things like that. Like I did get a good flow, but the COD Classic is notorious for really bad checkpoints. So I got really far into it, and I was like chipping away, but every time I got to a new section, like an enemy would just pull out the corner, so I couldn't pre-aim around it and shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So I did leave the stream there, but I'm hoping next week that I can just smash through it. But that's the first section of the game that's really held me up for like about 30 to 40 minutes, like really difficult. Apart from that, it's not that bad.
Is that the Call of
It's not
Duty?
that bad.
You only get the health bar, like each
Yeah, you
level,
got a
and it
health
doesn't go
bar.
back up. You don't regen.
Yep, so no health regen. So where I've got my save file on this mission that I'm stuck on currently, I think I've got half health. So, and I think getting checkpoints, you don't get some checkpoints if you don't have the right health criteria or something silly like that.
That's weird.
So yeah, I'm thinking like, do I just reset the mission and try to get to this point with more health in the hope that I can run through it and get a checkpoint? Because the problem is, I don't know when a checkpoint is
Mm-hmm.
or what's around the corner because this is my first time playing it. Like all of the guides recommend playing it on easy, normal, then do veteran because you know what to expect. But it's been a good laugh. I'm enjoying it. It's a nice challenge.
Speaking of Call of Duty, did you see the news for Modern Warfare 4? I think it's getting called.
Yeah, I did.
It's no PS4
Interesting.
version, which is going to suck for the
Finally.
trophy hunters. I mean, you say finally, that means there's going to be no platinum.
That's all right though.
Doesn't it bother you?
Like, yeah, but if there's no platinum, then it's fine. Like, I don't really care if there's no platinum. If there's a platinum available, then I'll try and get it.
And
But
also Verdansk, it's a last chance. If it doesn't, I think it said if they don't improve or retain the amount of like, the player base, then they're just going to cancel Warzone. And I was like, ooh, so you're a
yeah,
Warzone guy.
yeah. Well, there's a couple of things to digest here. Like, obviously, not having the next Call of or Modern Warfare 4, so that's still going to be like what 3 or 4 years away. Rightfully so, they shouldn't be developing on 4 PlayStation 4s.
Is
Like
that far away?
that I don't know. Like I think
Black
it's like
Ops.
2 to
Was it
the
Vanguard
next
before
what?
Black Ops? No, Modern Warfare
Which
3.
one?
Modern Warfare 3, then Black Ops 6. So it'll be Sledgehammer that's the next one, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
3 games they
we don't.
rotate nowadays.
Yeah, so we don't know what this is going to be. It could be Advanced Warfare 2. It like who knows? And as well, the next COD, whatever it's going to be, obviously being a Sledgehammer game, like they don't they make all right games, but I don't know, they never seem to do as well as Infinity Ward or Treyarch.
Mm-hmm.
So Infinity Ward will get Modern Warfare after that in the cycle, right? So it's like the next COD kind of actually needs to be really good, because if it's really bad, people probably aren't going to care about the next COD, or it's just going to be that COD cycle meme where it's like bad COD hates COD, sees new COD from like a developer you like, gets excited, COD's good again, and then the next COD is bad, and the cycle continues. So it could go either way, but I'm grateful that they're finally stopping development on older consoles, because even now I don't think you should be supporting PS4s and that generation as sounds like a dick move, but PS5 has been out for about 5 years now, and we're barely even getting games that look really good on PS5. There's probably a handful. Do you know what I mean? Just focus on what's current. I get financial situations and things like that. It's good to include the previous generation, but sometimes you just got to move on, you know?
Yeah. Because I wish I had the tweet, but it was like how much player base is still on the PS4, and it's like an insane amount of people are still haven't moved to PS5 yet. And I'm like, but it's
I mean,
come on.
I mean, in all honesty though, mate, but like, if you confirm the jet engine noise of a PS4, there's probably don't get me wrong, the PS5 is great. Like the loading, like it is a fantastic console, and if you do have the means to do so, I'd definitely recommend upgrading. But everything still comes out on PS4. Like, you know, is there really the need to upgrade? Like, I feel like the difference between PS3 and PS4 was generally a worthwhile upgrade. But PS4 to PS5, it's more like, do you care about a loading screen? Are you impatient? Do you want to pay 500 quid for 5 seconds of time back? Or, do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those ones. But that's a whole different debate within itself. Call of Duty Warzone potentially being cancelled is interesting, with Verdansk coming back. Did you play Verdansk back in the day during lockdown?
Is that the one with the stadium?
Yeah, with the stadium.
Yeah, I played a bit. I never get into Warzone. It was just people hiding in buildings. It's literally I'd run into a building, just get boom, shotgunned, and I'm like, I'll play Apex or something.
Shotgun campers are a different type of breed. They need to be put on some kind of watch list. But it's going to be interesting. I think it would be a shame if they did cancel Battle Royale Warzone indefinitely coming into Modern Warfare 4. I think more so the problem with it is the cheaters. I feel like if Call of Duty, it's really bad. Like, it's really bad, especially in ranked play. Like, you watch top streamers, like I watch Benny Central, for instance, and it may have improved now, but when I watched a month or two ago, he was getting into a lobby, he was getting aimbotted across the map, like, you can't do anything. And if you did somehow manage to kill the hacker, they would then make the lobby like time out, so the game ended. And if you're going into ranked, you're losing your points because you have to enter with like a stupid amount of points when you're in that top bracket. So I'm assuming that the hacking is still a thing. It's still really bad. Like, if Call of Duty fixed that somehow, don't know how they do it, but if they fixed it, I know other games don't have as bad hacking problems. If they fix that, then more players would probably want to play Warzone. I do think a big factor may be the maps. I think Verdansk will bring a lot of people back. I think the reason why they're doing it is because they saw how successful Fortnite OG was and how many people came back for it. But it's just whether the game plays good with how they tweak the updates and whether there's a lot of hackers in it. Those are the two fundamentals, and it's in their hands really, because people will come back. I will come back to playing it. It's just whether it feels good, you know. So yeah, it's an interesting one. But I also think as well, Warzone came out in a pandemic. People had nothing to do. Like, you're never going to hit those numbers again. It's like such a fever dream. It's like that is not a natural thing ever to happen. Battle Royale.
We'll see that again.
Do you know what I mean? Unless there is another pandemic, you're not. One where we don't die, we just get to work and get paid. Sorry, we get paid for it and get to play games. But do you know what I mean? Like, it is one of those ones that unless there's another pandemic, unless Activision release a virus to get people at home again, maybe it will get cancelled. I don't know. I also feel like it's a bit of a rash claim. Like, is that just like a rumor, or is that like an actual thing Activision
I think
have
it's one
said?
of the
Because
ones where it's like a guy on Twitter, but it's like a guy on Twitter that's
in
consistently,
it,
yeah.
yeah,
Like he's not one of these
it's just
ones that just tweets out big stuff, but it's
yeah.
also just a
'Cause-
guy on Twitter that I don't know. So,
because I think if you take away Warzone, Call of Duty dies personally.
mm,
Because especially when you don't have zombies on a particular year, people don't care about Spec Ops. People don't care about the weird mode that you throw in, Extinction, or whatever alternative you're going to throw in. The campaign people do like, but it's a campaign. It's about what 6 to 10 hours, and then you're
yeah,
done.
and then
And
that's
then the
you.
multiplayer, unless they just double down and make the multiplayer really good and classic, or remove skill-based matchmate, I don't know. I
So that's
really
the
don't
thing.
know.
I wonder. I don't know what Black Ops 6 sales was like, but if they cancel Warzone, and then it's like you still want that COD fix, you need to buy Call of Duty 6 or Black Ops 6 or get the Game Pass and play it. So would it not like push the Warzone players to whatever the newest Call of Duty is?
Potentially, yeah, potentially. But I mean, the other thing is that people just play Warzone. They don't care about the main COD that's out that year. Like a lot of the time, people end up buying the COD just to level up weapons, but they don't actually. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mm.
they do it to get for a couple of weeks. They just go, "Oh, I'm gonna have to grind this. I don't want to play the game," and then I can jump back into Warzone. So I mean, it's a little. I think they make a lot of money from Warzone
Oh
for
yeah, the
that
skins
purpose.
and
Like,
stuff. Nicki Minaj twerking on you when she
well,
kills you or
yeah,
whatever it is.
skins, but also the fact that I don't know, if I'm a Warzone player free to play, I'm at a significant disadvantage if I don't buy the new Call of Duty because I don't have a quick way to level up the weapons. Everyone gets like a 2 month or month head start before they get integrated to Warzone,
Right.
and Warzone takes a lot longer to level things up. Whereas like you could jump into a zombies match and farm loads of XP with a double XP token to level up a gun to max level, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It's a sticky old wicket, and it will be an interesting development. I think when we jump on the pods towards April time, because that's when Verdansk is scheduled to drop. It's been delayed, by the way. It was meant to come
Oh,
out within the next week or two, and they've delayed it to April. So I think they're sort of backs are against the wall, working hard to fix everything to make sure it's perfect. And in all honesty, I'd rather them delay it to May to make sure that the game plays and flows properly, and the cheaters are out of here because cheaters are
because I never
kind of
knew. I never
ruining
knew
it.
the cheating was that bad in COD. I knew there was like the streamer lobbies, and it's like you VPN to like whatever it is, Brazil or something, and then it's just like bot
Yeah.
lobbies pretty much. Because mate, I'd watch some of the streamers, and it's like, mate, I'd struggle to get like a 1 KD, and I'm playing against better people. Like, how's this? This is the like, it was the lassie like Nadia or something like that, and it's like she's claiming she's got like a 20 KD, and she's playing against people that are holding controllers backwards. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? But I think she get proved to be a cheater as well. There was a
So many people have been proved doing it. I think it's called two boxing is the VPN method, but I think that's been banned as well.
was that
So I think a lot of the it's a weird one, like, unless they generally are cheating with like I think it's called a Cronus or whatever they
yeah,
do to
Cronus is
cheat.
so you can use keyboard and mouse on
Yeah, because like you
console. I think it also has
look on.
recoil control as well and stuff because it was on Apex. It was really bad.
Mm,
It's like an R99, which is like a SMG, super close range, like insane vertical recoil, but it's like they're
yeah, it's just
lasering you across the map. Well,
stupid. Because yeah, like just take a look on Amazon for like cheat things. Like even like you can do that to PS5 controllers, can't you? You can get like cheat things for that as well. I think it's called like I don't know what it's called actually, but like those
he's
sales for
exposing
like
himself. He's exposing himself.
no, I was gonna say like Xanus or Zenus, but I think I was just trying to think of another name for Cronus, but we've already said that. So, but no, my controller's fine. But if you look on Amazon, like they're top selling. But the one thing I will say in defense of streamers, they're just insanely good, mate. Like they could make a free KD player look like they're a minus 50 KD player. It's like if you look at a Premier League footballer, take like the worst team in the league, right? and take the worst player from the worst team in the league and then put them in a Sunday league or even a League One or
I
whatever,
was waiting for you to say
they're gonna.
Scottish League.
Nah, I got respect for the Scottish League, but do you know what I mean? You put them into like a really low level thing, and
Mm,
you think they're shit because you watch them on the telly. Don't forget to drop a thumbs up. But they're still so good. They're miles above, even though they may look bad. They're
mm.
still so good, and it's the same with Call of Duty streamers. You think, oh, like how? And it's like, mate, they are just generally that much better. Like they are so good. People forget to realize it.
I thought that, but I wish I could find this guy's channel. But he like exposed like streamers that were cheating in Call of Duty and stuff like that, and he exposed that Nadia. His name starts with a B. Do you know who I'm talking about now?
Oh, I don't really
He's
know.
English.
To be honest,
You English or know each other? Come on.
mate, we really don't. I think we hate each other, if anything. But no, I know there's been a lot of people that have been exposed and stuff, but I don't. I like Call of Duty, but I don't really get involved in that drama. I
Mhm.
literally just watch Benny Central because I think he's obviously legit. I think I'd be heartbroken if I found out he was a cheater. I don't think he is, but like he just seems. I mean, I said it before. He just seems like a stand-up guy. He's obviously extremely talented. He's played CDL and is it COD, whatever it's called, the professional league
Mhm.
in COD. He's like played that, so he's obviously like the equivalent of a prem player for COD.
He
So
worked for Xbox as well, I think.
yeah, I think he still does.
Oh, he still
So,
does.
but I think it was Verdansk actually. I was in I was in a lobby, and do you know you can get bounties, right, where you hunt the other player,
Mhm.
and Benny Central got one, and it was on me.
Oh no, you're like, I'll just quit the game.
Brother, I have never felt as much fear in my life being hunted down ever. Like, for instance, you can tell when the threat's moving towards you, for instance, and like
Mhm.
it was over there on the map, and it's like within a matter of seconds, the gap is closing, closing, closing. He didn't kill me. I was panicking and ran into a different team, but he definitely would have killed me because I was just like, I don't know, you can just feel the presence of a team closing in on you with a bounty, and I
Mhm.
was shitting it. I was in the hospital in Verdansk in a stairwell and just ran into somebody and just got my head blown off, and I was like, whew, I survived the Benny Central bounty,
Aye, but
technically.
that guy that I'm talking about, like I say, his name starts with a B. I think it was Bad Boy Beeman or something like that. Oh, I think it's come back to me. But it's like he
Oh, mate,
done
I don't.
multiple videos on it was Bad Boy Beeman, Bad Boy BEA man. He was
Never heard
exposing
of
like
him.
cheaters and stuff like that. He's got 126k subscribers on YouTube. Oh, he's deleted all his videos.
The
It's literally
problem
just
with that is,
random videos now.
yeah, what's it? Did he still upload COD?
No, no, it's
Just random.
like a nature walk kind of thing. Like mate, he had hundreds of Call of Duty videos like exposing cheaters and stuff, and then I don't know how well you can see it, but it's like nature walk, two nature walk
That's,
videos exploring Birkenhead Park in Wirral, England. But he
oh,
ex-
that's interesting.
he exposed them, and it was her and a guy called Aiden or something like that. I think it was. But
Oh
it's one
yeah,
of the ones
Aiden.
where mate, like you do one video and it does well, and he was just constantly hitting that. Like mate, he must have had like 30 videos on that Nadia, and I'm like, we get it. She's a cheater.
Yeah.
We don't need to
Well,
revisit it every time.
is she though? I don't know if she.
Yeah,
I don't know
she
because I
get her
don't
account banned.
catch up. Oh right, fair enough. But like a lot of the times, like, I feel like obviously he's right on that occasion, but like not necessarily him, but other people would then like make claims against people just for that rage bait. Do you know what I mean? Just
Hmm.
to popularize it. Like it was quite a. Whenever that was happening, it was. I can assure you, it was happening with a lot of people as well. Like even if you go into a streamer's lobby now, for instance, like if you go into a Benny Central chat, somebody will say, "Oh, you're cheating." Like you can't be that good, or "Oh, you're VPNing. You got a bot lobby." Like,
Hmm.
bro, some people are just good at the game.
Right.
Granted, some people do cheat as well, but yeah.
People have always cheated. Do you remember Fear Crads back in the day? This is
What?
MW3, OG MW3.
I was gonna say Fair Crowd rings a bell. Were they cheating? Or were they
No, no,
actually?
but I'm pretty sure he I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure he admitted to like reverse KD boosting. So he would like tank
Oh
his
yeah,
KD and
and then get a
then
good lobby.
get a lobby, drop the Moab, the 70-0 gameplay, and upload the video onto
Yeah,
YouTube. Just some good old fashioned pub stomping.
yeah. I was gonna say it was a simpler time when you could pub stomp.
So
Now
much better.
you're never gonna see that.
Mate, I miss the old
It's
COD
weird.
days.
You say that though, it's weird though, because you look at the numbers and there's a reason why Activision have not turned off skill-based matchmaking. Probably more so because it caters to more of the audience to have it, and we are the minority that don't want it. I don't know.
It caters to the casuals that kind of like us
Yeah,
now. We don't want to get in for work and then just get bummed off some ADHD. I'll not finish that sentence. But you don't want to get destroyed when you come in
person.
for person.
Oh, above the legal age.
Yeah,
Somebody that should be playing COD, right?
yeah.
No, I know what you mean. And yeah, it's like as a casual, it will just drop you in with some people and it will take a while to balance that out. I mean, I can't really remember how skill-based like it worked back in the day. Like, I just remember you'd have a really good game, a couple of them, and then you'd get destroyed because obviously it was a demon lobby. And then you'd maybe have a couple of them, get frustrated, and you get a really good one. Like, it just sounds like skill-based matchmaking is now, to be honest.
Pretty sure back in the day it prioritised network connection, so you'd be playing people closer to you. Because me and my pals would just get into lobbies and just get into screaming matches with other Scottish people. It was hilarious back in the day. Whereas now it's like you're playing with people down in like France and shit like that. And it's like
Yeah. Wherever the relevant servers are, yeah.
it's more. It doesn't prioritise connection. It prioritised skill nowadays. Because like mate, back in the day, mate, see when you get like pure pub stomped back in the day, you'd like have respect for them, kinda. It'd be like, oh mate, that guy's fucking good. He just dropped a nuke on us. Like we're a full team, and we just got nuked. Like how mad is that? And it's like you had respect for them. I mean, now I'd probably just call him a fucking loser, but. Aye.
Yeah, it's all yeah, but whenever that happens, there's always a couple of people in the team that you can look at to be like, right, buddy, you've got
him.
1 in like 15, like you've been feeding the fucker, like
Yeah.
come on now, like, stop.
How did
You're
we
the
get
reason
nuked in
why.
Search and Destroy? Just absolutely destroyed, man.
Oh dear.
Mate, I wish we could go back to the good old COD. I might buy Black Ops 6. I'll see if it's on sale. Mate, just Search and Destroy. That was my jam back in the day.
I do have to say, like I've not played it in a few months just because I've been playing other things and life, but Black Ops 6, I still do like value it quite a lot. I think it is still a fantastic game. I've just, I was playing it with my boys. We've stopped going online as much now, for instance. So I'm not really going to want to drop into it solo. I'd rather just play a single player game, for instance, and just grind away at those old yummy platinum trophies.
Yeah, it's £42 on Amazon pre-owned, which I don't really want to pay.
Interesting. I'm sure there's loads of PlayStation sales at the minute, is it not? It may be creeping into one of them.
Hopefully. Mate, see if it was on sale for like 30 or something like that, I might pick it up. We could do some streams. Some Search and Destroy. Call of Duty.
Oh, mate. I had to break your little heart, but I hate Search and Destroy.
Oh, what do you play? A Domination or something?
Nah, there's a new mode called HVT, like High Value Target. I don't
Is
know
that
if it
like
has a
Search
different
and...
name.
No, it's not like Search and Destroy.
Nah, it's like you've got one person on the team you need to protect, and they've got like a couple of armor plates, and essentially, if they get kills, they get more points for the team, and the longer they survive, they get more points. And obviously, both teams have one, so you're essentially trying to hunt down or defend, sort of thing. So the problem with it is people don't like the game mode, so you don't get many people in it. So it takes a while to find a game. But I find when you do get into a game, it's quite easy, and you can get good kill streaks. But yeah, I'd stick to that or team deathmatch. Like as soon as you start going into domination, you just start getting pumped.
Because there was a game mode similar to that in Cold War, and it was VIP Escort, and it was like Search and Destroy, where it's like there's A and B. There's a VIP on my team. You need to kill him, and I need to get him to the extraction site. We can pick either A or B and let him extract, which takes time. So I thought it might be similar to that, and I get my hopes up, but
No, it's basically just team deathmatch with an added layer, I would say. But yeah, I've played some Search and Destroy, and it's quite intense. That's the best thing to say now.
Search and Destroy.
It's all right if you've got a squad.
Search and Destroy. I always loved Search and Destroy. They added Infected in Modern Warfare 3. That was amazing. I loved that.
I love that, yeah.
And gun game, Gunmaster. Well, the one where it's like you rank up the guns.
Oh yeah,
Mate,
gun game.
that as well. That's my three that I like playing.
Do you remember playing stick? Is it Sticks and
Sticks and
Stones in
Stones,
Black
wager
Ops One?
matches. Yes.
Yeah,
Mate, I loved it. Even like the videos back in the day. Do you remember White Boy 7th Street?
I didn't what actually I think I did. Did you? Yeah, I remember seeing like a whole bunch of them. They had like really colourful thumbnails, didn't they?
Right, he was like
Of them doing
the
things.
big one at Black Ops 1. And it was always like him doing the wager matches and just freaking out. Because when you get throwing knifed, you get demoted, you lose all your money. He'd get like throwing
Oh,
knifed
that's the
at the
worst.
last second and just like freak out. It's hilarious.
What about like getting knifed when you're on the last thing in gun game and you get set back a
Then you
rank
get
as
set
well?
back. Oh, mate. Loved cut.
Yeah, good times, eh? Good
Yeah, back
times.
when we were younger, when life was good,
Yeah.
life was easy.
Oh, mate. Swings and roundabouts. Like things come back into fashion. Maybe we can populate YouTube with just content like that.
Mate, that's the
Just
thing.
wages.
I don't even know if there is many. There's got to be, but like Call of Duty YouTubers, I feel like I don't see them as much anymore.
It's just I don't know. It's weird. Like, it probably is somewhere, but it's just not popular, unfortunately. Like people prefer other things, don't they? Like what's the best class to use? They don't really value somebody sitting down and chopping up with a live com or
Mm-hmm.
wager match. I don't know. Saying that pro clubs on FIFA's
Yeah,
like
that's
seeing people
kind of blown up.
make montages and stuff. So I'm surprised COD hasn't fallen into that bracket yet, but
Hopefully,
soon
COD,
come.
hopefully COD gets a wee resurgence. I'd love a new Call of Duty community to pop up.
Yeah, I think you'd have to disband party chats and Discord though. You'd need everyone in live chat.
Mate, that'd be some laugh.
You say that. I don't think people are too scared to say anything now, aren't they?
That's true. I don't
I
want to
mean,
get my PlayStation account banned.
rightfully so as well, because some of the things said back then were quite
Oh
weird to
yes,
be saying. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you've got a 30-year-old abusing a 10-year-old kid, and it's like, what is wrong with you?
mate,
Like,
that was.
like what?
I'm not even joking. That was like the most fun thing ever. See, when you were like a wee guy, you'd come in,
Mm,
you'd jump on COD, you're playing Search and Destroy, and see like before the game starts, you're in the lobby, and it's me and like all my pals are like 12 or something, right? If even 12 at that time, and we're just getting abuse to these like 30-year-old guys that would just get home for work, just getting them absolute dogs abuse, and they're getting it back, and it was like, oh man, just good times.
now the tables are turned. We're now those
I know, now we're
punks that are
getting
playing, getting
destroyed,
cooked.
getting
It's
destroyed.
always funny though, because sometimes you'd get like the odd mouthy person on the other team, and then you just beat them, and it's like they would mute their mic and be silent, and
Mm-hmm.
everyone in the lobby would be like, they'd say their name, be like, "What did you say before? What did you
Mm-hmm.
say? What was the score? Like, did you go negative? Like,
That was the
all
thing
of
as
that
well.
stuff."
In the old COD, it's like the lobby stayed the same, so it's like you'd
Yes.
play against each other and you could talk shit after the game, whereas now it just takes you out and then match makes again, which
Yeah.
which
Mate, the
sucks.
the funniest thing as well is like if you had somebody that you just proper having verbals with back and forth, and then you got put on the same team, it's
Mm-hmm.
almost like you made up and you made friends and you were fine. It's like, oh
It's like
yeah, mate,
everyone's
you're
cool.
actually not that bad.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just
he's
joking
cool.
what I said,
Back
you
on the
know.
other team. Back on the other team. Oh yeah, what a prick. You're shit.
Carried you out last game. Thank me
Yeah.
now. Yeah, but it's a wee trip down nostalgia lane for all the
It is a
kids
little
don't know.
trip. And I feel like this could link in nicely to maybe the somewhat bulk of this podcast is I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed with gaming and platinum hunting and almost feeling a little bit of burnout, and I think it links to this in a way, like obviously talking about older games, I found myself recently playing my PlayStation 3. I touched on it in the last podcast. I'm still playing the PlayStation 3. I know I hopped onto Final Fantasy ever so briefly to get that platinum, but I don't know, it's modern gaming, bit boring feeling, very meh about things, and I don't know.
Yeah, and I've been feeling the same kind of like going back to the old games. Like, so for example, Split Fiction came out today as of recording, the new Hazelight game. They've done A Way Out, they've done It Takes Two, two absolutely amazing, like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 games. Split Fiction, I know I'm going to love it. It's getting amazing reviews, it's 9 out of 10s everywhere, people praising it. And I was like, I don't know, I'm just not feeling it right now. Like, I want to go back and play other games, like there's no interest in the current releases. And it's, mate, it's like, I think it was £40, £45 to buy it. It wasn't even like a full
I saw
priced.
35 or something on
It's not even
Amazon.
like a full priced £70 game. But mate, I should be going out
And
and buying it and supporting them, and I know I'm gonna love the game, but I'm just like, I don't know. I want to play the old stuff. I've got a massive back catalogue. I don't know. Nothing's interesting me new kind of thing. I'm sure that'll change with GTA 6. I'll get on the 6
mm,
hype train, but maybe Mafia as well. But right now, it's like there's no. I don't know. I thought I'd be more excited for Split Fiction, and now the times came, and I'm like, I don't even, not even interested. I'll get to it eventually.
yeah, I'm very much the same, and I don't know. Maybe this is the answer to it, but I think maybe being involved in the content creation space is what's ruining that perception of that game, for instance, because I think it's 35 quid, so I could go right with a mate. Let's both put in the 16 quid. We go halves on it. Obviously, one person technically owns it, but you can share the friend code.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Great way to probably play it with your best mate. And I'm thinking, you got content there, for instance. I'm like, I could potentially play it with my missus. Like, there's so many different pots that I could potentially either one just play it or two make a. I think it's more so like if I played it with somebody else, like a content creator or a friend, that's a potential video, or it's like, to just enjoy it, play it with the missus. Like, it's like having a content creation brain on. I feel like that may be what's ruining the excitement for it because you can't just enjoy a game. It's like you're thinking about the next step of what can I do with this game,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to be so oversaturated. It's like there's not much point in uploading it unless your idea is truly unique somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
I
know how
think
you feel
you
about
just need
that
to
idea.
play it because I was the exact same with Vice City. Like for like a few months, I had the idea where it was like GTA 6. It's set in Vice City. Do the Vice City Platinum. Drop it like maybe a month before 6 comes out, and try and like hit that trend to like help boost the video. And then I was like, you know what? I just really want to play Vice City. There's so many games that I've bought where it's like I've bought this game specifically for a video that I've not touched. Like, mate, the amount of
Yeah,
money I've spent on games that I can't touch because it's for a video is ridiculous. And it's like you just need to forget about it, kind of thing. Just play it and enjoy it. I think also because you stream so much as well. Like you're streaming, like you're doing your full time job, and then after that, streaming Monday to Friday playing games. I think also
yeah,
probably that as well.
yeah. No, I think I may need to have a bit of self-reflection and cut things down because I'm finding myself just playing the games on stream and less so like I'm just like, I can't be bothered to actually play the games that I want to as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I fall into the trap of feeling just a wee bit guilty because I'm like, probably I'm just sitting here playing it. I could be streaming, even and
Mm-hmm.
people could watch that for entertainment purposes. But I don't know. I feel like also part of the problem that I've had with the PlayStation 3 is that I'm almost like addicted to getting like the physical games almost. Like with
Getting the
digital
whole
games,
collection.
do you know what I mean? It just doesn't hit. But it's like right, um, Infamous, right? If I'm buying one, then I may as well just buy two. And now that's two games on the backlog that I'm almost forcing myself to get through for I really want to do them, but then it's almost becoming that chore. And I think as
Mm-hmm.
well the platinum trophy, doing it for because I want to get the platinums is also what's like the thing that's burning the most. Because I'm like, I'm gonna have to do that twice and
Two
maybe do some
playthroughs
of the hard.
each game, one on the
Yeah,
hardest.
and yeah. So it's taking what you said, just do it. And I think once I'm in it, I'll be fine. But like I started Dante's Inferno, and in fairness, I've not really had enough spare time to just sit down with a guide and watch the collectibles and go through and play the game. And it's almost because I've not had enough time that I'm getting a bit scared. Not scared, but like I'm putting it off when I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's slowly slipping into something like that I won't continue playing. Even though when I said I started it like a few weeks ago, I was like, this is really sick. Like I'm enjoying it. Like it's really good.
Yeah.
And it's just like I've just flip flopped drastically because I've just overwhelmed myself with just buying a fuck ton of games, but they're not going anywhere. Maybe the price will go up, but I don't know. It's weird because and as well, like Final Fantasy 13, that's got a trilogy of games, and I think it looks really clean in the collection, so I want to get it. But then it's like I'm not going to play these free games back to back. I don't think I'll platinum them, but I think that would be crazy to do. But I'd definitely like to try it to see if I enjoyed them, like give it a chance, because it's almost like the black sheep of the Final Fantasy franchise. Like people are like, ooh, we don't really know if we like this or not. It's very weird. They've changed things up and stuff, and it's like people call it the worst. People go, oh, we hate this one, sort of thing. Other people go, oh, it needs to get the respect because it's underrated, just because people hated it at launch. Like, so I'm interested to try it, and there's that excitement. But then as well, it's I'm going to be buying free games to add to this physical collection just because it looks pretty. I should stop myself.
I don't think there's anything wrong with
But,
buying the games, but like you don't need to play every game you buy. As stupid as it sounds, like you can just buy a game and put it aside, and I'll play that
yeah,
eventually. Mate, I've got hundreds of games that I've bought that I've not touched. I think probably drop the amount of streaming. I'd say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 times a week. It gives you like 2 nights that you can kind of just do whatever you want. You can chill, work on a video, play any game you want, watch a movie, then give yourself
yeah,
more free time to chill. 'Cause I think you've been
yeah.
grinding solid for like a good few months.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think ever since streaming started, like it's probably been about a year. It's just it has been non-stop. Obviously, like I do take breaks when I'm like obviously not home and stuff because I can't physically stream if I'm not here. But like if I'm at home, you'll see me 5 days a week. Sometimes on a weekend if I'm free. But I don't know. It's one of those things.
It's also like you
I
get the
feel,
momentum going though, innit? It's like you don't want to get up the
yeah,
momentum.
you got the momentum. It's like in a good run, and it's I think consistency, is key in this field. It's like I almost feel that I'm more of a streamer now than a video maker, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're all content creation, but I feel like the video making takes a back seat almost, and it's like I only really make videos now. Like the Tekken 8 video, I was like, oh, this is a good stream. This is a good idea. Like let's make a video. So it's I don't know. Maybe I prefer streaming because it's an easier way out, opposed to sitting down and working out a video, opposed to just playing something. And if it naturally happens, and I go, oh yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, I was thinking, have you thought about streaming to Twitch as well?
It is a goal of mine. I do want to dual stream. The problem is, I just don't think my Mac would be able to dual stream. I think it's something because you need to get like a plug-in. I think
Yeah,
potentially.
you need an OBS plugin to do it. But there's also
Yeah.
like a website Restream you can use. So it's like
Right.
instead of sending 2 signals out, one to YouTube, one to Twitch, you send one signal out to Restream, and then they send the 2 signals out.
Right.
But I think you need to pay for that. That's the only thing. Because I was thinking, look, you can like every time I see you streaming, it's like consistently like 16 viewers, 18 viewers kind of thing, running about that. And I was like, see if you took that to Twitch, like you told them like let's say like Monday, Wednesday, Friday I'm on YouTube, and I told you I only stream 3 times, but Tuesday, Thursday you can find me on Twitch, and then you
Mm.
take them viewers to Twitch, mate. If you've got like 15 viewers, 10 viewers on Twitch, like you're cooking. Like, mate, people do all right with that on Twitch. Obviously, like if you're
Yeah.
playing Call of Duty, you won't get on the front page, but like other games, smaller games, like mate, 10 viewers, you're like one of the most viewed for the game. See if it's small kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then if you've
I
already got
definitely
that
think
viewer
it's good.
base and there's people looking for live streamers, but that's kind of, it was an idea. I was like, maybe I should look at Twitch as well.
Yeah, it's one of those things. And I think any content creator should think this. And I think it's obviously with what happened with TikTok when it kind of shut down in America, that was everyone's jobs done,
Mm-hmm.
and they were fucked. They didn't diversify their portfolio. And I say it, and I should do it more myself. But it's like if YouTube was to shut tomorrow, I would then have to move to Twitch, or I'd have to move to Kick, or one of the other. Do
Don't
you know
go
what
to
I
Kick.
mean? And I'd have to
Don't go to
not.
Kick. Kick's so
I
bad.
don't. Is it?
Yeah,
But
it's
do you know what I
awful.
mean? Like, I'd have to move to another streaming service and start again. So that like it's always on my mind dual streaming. Because I think it's no skin off my back to do sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy to manage. It's just my hardware if it can do it. Um,
I wouldn't say dual stream. I would say try
or just
Twitch and tell them. See, especially with the
yeah,
Discord, you say, "Guys, I'm live," or like, say even just as like a weekend stream, like you're playing something random.
yeah,
"Guys, I'm live, but it's over on the Twitch channel. Go check that out instead." And
mm,
because you only need I'm affiliate on Twitch. I think it's only 50 followers you need.
They've scrapped it. I think anyone can be.
Can they?
Yeah. Something happened in Twitch within the last few weeks, and everyone got mad about it. But beforehand, everybody was asking for that to happen. I'm
Right.
pretty sure that anyone can now make money on memberships and things like that.
Can
Like you
they?
don't need to hit requirements. I think hitting certain requirements give you more things. Do your own research on that. But something big happened to Twitch, making it a lot more accessible for streamers to do things.
Because it used to be 50 followers, average of 3 viewers, and certain amount of minimum hours streamed.
Yeah, like the month or week or something. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Because I had affiliate years ago, and then I didn't really like streaming, to be honest. I just preferred videos.
Yeah. I
But
don't know. Maybe I'll give Twitch. Maybe I'll do one Twitch stream next week and just see what happens, see what kind of people it draws in. So I definitely think it'd be an interesting experiment. Just obviously I don't, and I'm not doing this. Don't worry if you do watch me stream on YouTube. Like YouTube is my home platform. I couldn't really ever see me straying to Twitch like permanently, unless they gave me a massive contract
Be
to
the
come
bag.
over. But do you know what I mean? Like I just prefer the way that YouTube works. I think YouTube are on a very, very good trajectory with their streaming. It needs a few more tweaks, and it could be better than Twitch. I think it is better than Twitch, but it just needs like channel points and a few of those things, and
Mm-hmm.
gifting a membership. You actually pick who it goes to. Like YouTube
Yeah.
can just make these little tweaks, and it'd be 10 times better than it already is. But I'm gonna try it. I'm intrigued to see what would happen. Obviously, I I will let my Discord know, and if they come over, it'll be an interesting to see who comes over because some people don't really like Twitch. I don't,
Mm-hmm.
especially after that new update where it's like a vertical
Oh,
swipe
mobile.
thing
Oh, mate, it's
on
horrible on mobile.
mobile. I was like, oof, that's really bad. Like, I wasn't really the biggest fan of Twitch. I only watched it because Snam was streaming on there, for instance. That's the
Mm-hmm.
only way to watch his streams. I only just went on for him, but I was like, oh, if I had to watch other people, it's a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, I think
But
you pick a game. I don't know what other games you've got in the backlog, but you put it in the Discord, guys. I'm going to be streaming this game, or like mention it at the end of one of your streams. I'm going to be streaming this game. You can only see me stream this game over on the Twitch channel. This is when I'll be
yeah,
live, and you keep that specific game to Twitch and just see how it goes.
yeah. I wonder what I'll play on there. I wonder what the audiences would like.
Yeah, I don't even know what your
Sure.
backlog's like. What games you've got?
Mate, I don't even know. This is the problem. Like, I also think the concept of a backlog is a made up thing and it's stupid. I'm at that point where I just don't want to believe in a backlog anymore because I just don't think it exists.
Yeah, I've got so
I think
many.
I think I think if you generally wanted to play a game, it wouldn't be in your backlog. So that means you just don't care about the game. So a backlog is just a made up facade.
I've got a game I really want to play. I just can't be arsed doing the video right now. So I just can't be fucked recording it. I'll do it eventually.
Yeah, I mean, that there's a lot on the backlog to do. It's like, where do I start? I've got the infamous games. I
I'd
want
say,
to.
see for the backlog, and you're saying how it's like I can't play this game because it's a video. I'd say look at all
It's not
the.
even videos.
Is it streams?
Not even like, for instance, like the infamous games. I don't have any intention of streaming it just because it'd be boring to do the collectibles and stuff. I would use one of them for a wider video idea, but that's just me clipping it myself, which isn't an issue.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that wouldn't. It just feeds into a video. It's not a dedicated infamous video. But yeah, like Infamous 1 and 2. I want to do Star Wars Forces Unleashed 1 and 2, or I want to go and revisit the first one at least, and then if I like that, do the second.
I think two is super
Got
short.
shot. Is it? Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good news to hear. I think my next big challenge on the content backlog, while I've got the PS3 hooked up, will be Aliens versus Predator. Trying to do
Ooh.
that on nightmare difficulty.
That'd be a
It's
good video.
perm death. I think it would be a fantastic video to do, but it's going to be like a monumental time sink. Like it's
Mhm.
going to be, it's a 10 out of 10. Like it's not easy. And I've obviously not really played it, and let's be frank, probably going to be quite shit at it. So it's going to be interesting to do. But that's something that I don't know. Do I start that soon? I don't really know because all of the games on PS3 that I want to play it's almost like I want to capture the trophy pops just for B-roll and things like that, but I don't necessarily want to stream. I've got
Mm.
Prince of Persia trilogy as well. Like so much, so much stuff to do. And on PS4, sorry, my PS5, I've downloaded Death Stranding because I just really want to
Big
try it out.
mistake. Big mistake. It's
No, mate,
so
I don't
boring.
know. Do you know what though? I've been on Twitch recently. I've been watching a guy called Merlinated, right? So go check him out on Twitch. And I came over from his YouTube. He's got a slightly different name called Played to Completion, which I think is a sick name, by the way, for completing games. It's a 100% account. I found him because he was doing the Final Fantasy trilogy. So I
Mhm.
was thinking about Final Fantasy 13, and then his videos somehow popped up into my feed, right? Probably because my phone reads my mind. But I
Yeah.
ended up watching one of his Final Fantasy 13 100% videos, subbed and went over to Twitch, and he was playing Death Stranding. And I've always said I have no interest in the game. And I was just watching him play it, and I was like, do you know what? Like, he was at end game, so it did look a lot easier, and he did have a lot more
He's
stuff.
got
But I
all
was
the
like,
equipment.
yeah, but I was like, maybe I've judged this, like I've just taken other people's opinions. Like maybe I should play it and see if it's good because the geezer that makes the game is like everyone loves him for Metal Gear. Do you know what I mean? Like he's meant to be this sick game designer. Like maybe I should give it a chance. I think that's what I'm going to do at least. Give it a chance. Platinum, that's 100 hours. Maybe not, but I don't know. I kind of want to just try it
I think the
purely because I watched him
platinums.
do it.
I think the platinum's an auto pop for PS5. If you do the 4
So is
version.
it?
Yeah. In fact, I think it's like nearly a full auto pop because Mystic, I'm sure it was, done a video where it was like 24. I don't know if it was 24 platinums, and it wouldn't have been 24 in 24 hours. It was like 30 in 30 days or whatever it was, one of the challenge things. And he was like,
Mm,
this is not an auto pop because I need to do the DLC, so I need to do like this 1 hour like race or something. And I'm like, mate, it's a fucking auto pop. You've skipped like 80 hours of the game.
yeah. That's the entire 30 days challenge, like taken off on one game.
Mm.
But another big game that I want to play is the Dragon Age game that dropped on
Yeah, the
PlayStation
Veilguard. It's
Plus.
meant to be really bad.
Again, it's I just want to see for myself sort of thing. I know it's obviously been very mixed reviews, but I feel like I've got time to jump into an RPG like that. I just hope it is good. Obviously, if it's bad, then it's bad. But that wider project I'm working on for getting a platinum of every PS Plus game each month. Like I could do the Teenage Ninja Mutant. I don't know what
Teenage
they're called.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay, yeah, it
Cowabunga
just sounds weird.
collection or whatever it is. Mate, that's like a 2
Yeah,
out of 10. 3 out of 10.
yeah, you can like cheese it in a way to make it easier, but there are some. But it's weird. Like some people say it's really easy, then others go it is easy, but like you need to have some knowledge, and so that could be the easy option as a fallback. The Sonic game as well is 20-ish hours and like 3 or 4 out of
Was it
10.
Sonic
So
Colors? Was that the Sonic game?
yeah, something like that. I feel like they're all really good options to add to the video. Um, but I don't know. I just kind of want to. I don't know what it is, but I'm just attracted to really long games at the minute, even though there's not enough time to play them properly, and I've start so many things and never finish. But yeah, it feels more so like a therapy session. This podcast at the minute, me just talking about my my insane backlog and just feeling overwhelmed with it all because it is, yeah, it feels a bit shit sometimes
I've
with
been there
just
where it's
so much
like,
stuff to play.
I so much to play, and it's like there's nothing you want to play though. But I see the amount of
Yeah,
times where, not right now, like the last few weeks I've been doing good, but there was one point where it's like I'd turn my PlayStation on, and I would just look at all the games, and it's like I don't even want to
I
play
do the
any of
same.
these. There's nothing here
And
I want to play. I just turn it off and like, watch YouTube or Netflix or something.
yeah, and even if I do, like, I don't know, I've been playing FIFA at the minute just because I guess it's an easy pastime, and it where I've not got enough time in the day to actually start or play something, I can go, it's 10, 15 minutes here. Same with COD when I was doing that. It's like, it's 10 minutes here, it's fine. Like, you can't really play a game like that. And it's like, I don't know, just being busy with work, life. Obviously, the streaming is obviously my fault completely, but I still don't know how much maybe I'll just block out a weekday and just see how much gaming I could do in an evening, for instance, after I've been to the gym and stuff. Because normally I just think the weekend is the time to sit down, curl up into a ball, and sit with a blanket and just bang
Just-
out a game. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that's the idea of a perfect weekend, and I just never end up doing it because something just happens. I'm like, I just want a gaming weekend, please, like just please. Never happens, but
We need to find you a good game that you can just like decompress with, just like a good wee
this is what,
story game. That's what we need to
yeah,
find you.
and this is what I'm hoping either Dragon Age or Death Stranding does, because like Death Stranding, I know you don't like it, but it does seem very chill,
But
and I don't know if
it's
that's what I need right now, or if I just be, oh fuck this is boring. Like, do you know
I
what I mean?
just found it super boring. But then you might be like, this is what I need. Just me, hill walking, kidding on. And I'm an Amazon delivery man. Just walking the house,
Yeah,
be hiking
I
somewhere,
mean
whatever.
that's the thing as well. Like, everyone says that it's just a post Amazon delivery thing, but obviously there's got to be more substance to that somewhere. It's just where that is in the story or how long it takes. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll need to try and think of what we chill games. I'll need to try and think of something. I
Yeah,
almost
I
like the
mean,
Telltale games. See, just like I mean, it was the very first The Walking Dead Telltale. Like, I played the first episode, loved it. This is when it like, first came out, and then I waited for the full season to come out. And I just remember sitting down one day and just smashing it. And I was like, "This is one of the best days I've had recently." It was amazing.
yeah,
Like, we just need to get you a
I,
good chill story game.
yeah. I mean, I did enjoy playing Final Fantasy, the number one, and I feel like because I've got a PlayStation Portal, that does seem like a nice cozy little game that like it does suit a handheld. I find those kind of JRPGs, like turn-based ones.
Mm.
So I think that like, I've been enjoying that, and I'm going to start the second one next as well because I think they're fairly straightforward. And I don't know his name, unfortunately. I'll share it with you. But he does like really good guides of breaking down the Final Fantasy games to say, right, you need to look for this monster here to get 100% completion because there's like missables and things.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's I don't know. Maybe split fiction. I know, like we've said that we've not got any interest, but I feel like that could also just be like it's been like rated like 91 on Metacritic or something silly like that. Like it's smashing it. Like surely that could revive my. Because I can't imagine that would be too long to play, will it?
Uh,
Maybe I don't know.
I thought
It's probably on the longer side of from that studio, but it's still relatively short now.
Yeah, so I think that was like 10 hours max, maybe just for like a story
Yeah,
playthrough. Mate, that'd be one like just you and your bird sit down and play it. Because like you
yeah.
liked Overcooked, didn't you?
Yeah, the problem is though, it's like I really wanted to play. Is it? It takes two. No, a way out. No, no, no.
A Way
Is it?
Out's the prison one. It Takes Two
What's
is
the
the
one?
couple.
The couple. What? Oh, do you know, I was thinking of Unraveled or whatever that silly game is
Oh
with
yeah,
the
Unravel.
ribbon, whatever that is. Yeah, it takes two. Like, been meaning to play that with her for like the longest time, but we've just never happened. So
Yeah.
it's and as well, it's like I don't really want to force it too much, sort of
Mm-hmm.
thing. So, but I'd love to play it, but
Dark
I'll
Pictures as
just wait.
well. Dark Pictures anthology. Played any of
Yeah, I
them?
don't. I've not, but Until Dawn really just put me off of that genre. Really put me off. I know it's different
Mm-hmm.
and meant to be good, but I don't know.
Aye, Man of Medan was good. Little Hope was bad, and I think that's the only ones that I've played. The
Yeah,
I think House of Ashes, my pal said was good. Can't remember, but Man of Medan was alright.
because it's quite interactive, isn't it? Like you could sit down, for instance, like have a movie night, but it's the game, and like you just sit there and like, do you make the choices together? And if you had two controllers, or is it just one
So it would
person?
be like you pick characters. So it's like I'll go this guy, and this
Mm,
lassie, and you go this lassie, and this guy or whatever. But it's like
right.
my choices affect you, and your choices affect me, kind of thing, and stuff like that. But I can, like, I mean, me and my pals, we bought Man of Medan, and it was just like we went round my pal's house, got Steam, and like had a wee night kind of thing. And it was like right at the
Mm.
very end, his guy got me killed because earlier on I got one of his guys killed. It's just
Right.
stuff like that. But it's
Yeah.
QTEs and walking about kind of thing.
I do love a QTE, especially going back to the PS3 games, mate. I love a
Just
QTE.
so
I
many
can't believe
unnecessary QTEs.
no, I can't believe they got done so dirty. They weren't that bad. Like, They weren't that bad. And as well, do you remember like the mini games you'd get on loading screens in some games? I don't know if
No,
it
I
was just
remember
Dragon Ball Z
FIFA.
games, but
FIFA was good for it, where you're just smashing the ball into the keeper, and then the stadium
yeah,
pops in, and you're like, "Oh, time to go."
yeah. Mate, you don't get that with these PS5s and their fast
Nah,
SSDs. There's no
it's,
time for a mini game. It's just straight to action.
the loading's too fast.
Uh, but as well, right? Like Assassin's Creed Shadows is. I've never. I'll hold my hands up. I've never been excited for it, but I do love Assassin's Creed games, and it's like I'm just on such a fence of do I buy it and stream it and see if it's like worth it to then provide that content review to say, look, save your money, wait for it to go on sale, or this is actually amazing and it's really surprised me. Like I'm very like flip floppy, and again, like I think it's like 50 or 55 quid on Amazon. Like it's still expensive, but it's not 70. Like it's reasonable,
Mm.
and it's another one I'm on the fence on. It's like, do I do it?
Would you be buying
Do I
it just for the video?
I would stream it and make a video, yeah. And it's like I know it's going to be so oversaturated, but then I think is this the chance? Not the chance, but like is this one that gains momentum because it's popular and current? 'Cause I don't really know how YouTube would affect my channel because I've never really played anything that's brand new. If that makes sense, I always play something that's old
I think.
and hope that
I feel like you must have played games that were brand new. I know you've done like a few like Black Ops 6 streams like randomly
yeah.
when that came out, when
But
you were
even
like
then, they weren't
XP
near
grinding.
release date. They were like probably like a month deep. Like I mean, it was still relevant, but like I don't know. I feel like COD's always a bit different because it's not a story based game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I've straight. I mean, I may have. I'm like I must have to look back, but I just think I don't. I can't
I'm
remember. I
trying
just
to think. It's one of the ones where it's like I feel like you must have, but then at the same time, it's like there's nothing that immediately comes to mind where I'm like, oh, but this game
yeah.
kind of thing. Like live
Because
streams.
yeah, because I think as well, like everything I live stream, I think the way that I've done it is I play things that people aren't playing, so it pops up and
Mm.
there's no competition almost. But it's like as soon as I go into that Assassin's Creed Shadow streaming, it's like right, this could either be because so many people are watching it and loving it, you find a bunch of new people that are interested and fuck with you, or there are just generally too many people and like nobody watches it at all, sort
Yeah.
of thing, besides the people that are already there. So it's I don't know, again, it's another interesting experiment for the channel, an excuse to play a new game, but also just to see what's actually going to happen if I stream a title that's kind of controversial amongst people, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's interesting content for the people. So I don't know, I feel almost like an obligation to my subscribers and viewers in general if they should spend their hard-earned money on a game because I'm in a fortunate position where I can afford to buy a new game
I feel like if that's
quite
the reason
frequently.
though, you probably shouldn't buy it because there's already people that like review games and stuff like that, and they get it
Yeah,
for free. They'll get it early, so it's like you're playing it day
yeah,
one when there's already review videos out, kind of thing.
yeah, but I don't
But if
know.
it's for streaming and just playing through it and trying to catch like that player
Yeah,
base to pull in, then that's fine.
I think there's that avenue, and then similar to what happened with that was it. Lollipop Chainsaw was the new
You
game,
played
right?
Lollipop at release.
So I think that's the only new game I've played at release, and
Live
then just
Alive,
dropped it 'cause it was.
was that not brand new? Granted, it wasn't a big title, but
No, I don't think so.
no.
I think it was out for some time. So I
So
watched somebody else do a retrospective on it. It was Mr. Matty Plays. So that's how I found out about it. Um, yeah, so I don't know. It depends. Yeah, I think interesting to stream it, and then even if it's like a video just about it or thoughts on it.
mhm.
Should you platinum it? Is it as bad as Odyssey? No, not Odyssey, Valhalla, because I've done Valhalla. How does it compare?
Mhm.
Just honesty, because a lot of times that people that do get the games early, like some of them are stand-up people, but a lot of the times it's just like so robotic, and it's just
They
a
don't want to burn
sponsorship.
the bridge, kind of thing.
Yeah, and like at least with me, it's I feel like I'm a boots on the ground average. Well, I mean, I am. I'm just a normal guy.
Mhm.
I'm just a chill guy.
Just a chill guy.
I'm just a chill guy getting platinums.
Aye.
Yeah, feel like we should probably up the mood a little bit.
Move on to something more fun.
Move up to something a little more fun.
All right, so we've got a wee game you suggested. We were trying
Yes, sir.
guess the best-selling game from the franchise. I've picked 5 video game series for you. You've picked 5 for me. Did we get a reward? Does the winner get a prize?
What should the prize be? A high five? Or...
I don't know. And I never really
We
thought
do
of that.
prize or punishment? Which one?
Ooh,
'Cause I feel like a prize. I feel like a prize is harder to do because
punishment?
yeah, I feel like a punishment
Ooh,
may up the ante a little bit.
curious what the punishment could be now. Immediately I go to like platinum in a really shit game.
Yeah, exactly.
Loser has the platinum Rise King of Kong or whatever that game is.
Fuck it. What about stroke the dick?
You need to have a shovelware on your trophy list.
Yeah,
Oh, you've already got a few though, haven't you?
I do. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yes.
fine.
It just
I don't know
adds
if I
into
want to
it.
risk mine.
I was gonna say like I feel like I'd rather platinum with shovelware than that Rise of Kong because that just seems like a fucking
Mate, it was so
mate.
bad.
I'm already in a bad mood about playing games on a backlog. I don't want to have to play a fucking shit one for 4 hours. At least give me a shovelware. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe the viewers can come up with a punishment for the loser.
Yeah, maybe they can. We'll open it up to the public and the Discord as well. So
Probably delete your
so yeah,
PlayStation account or something. Absolutely horrible.
yeah, or just never upload again.
Mhm.
Delete your YouTube. We don't like you.
All right, so I was thinking, what do you play? So, straight off the bat,
Yep.
Final Fantasy. What do you think is the highest selling Final Fantasy game?
Oh my god. I actually have no idea.
Google didn't have
I,
a good idea either, mate. I'll be honest with you.
yeah, I was gonna say like I would love to think it would be either the. It's definitely not Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because that's only on PS5. Even drop a thumbs up if you love Final Fantasy. Even Final Fantasy Remake on PS4 is exclusive to PS4, so it is locked down. I still. That's not my answer, but I think Final Fantasy VII Remake makes it close. I'm gonna go with Final Fantasy X.
You're definitely wrong. I was worried because when I googled it, it said Final Fantasy 14 at 24 million sales, and I was like, that is a
Oh, it's an
ridiculous
MMO.
amount of sales, but it's an MMO. So I was like,
Mm.
we're not counting that. So
I should have thought
the OG Final Fantasy 7 is
that.
apparently
Yeah.
at 14 million sales. That is the highest
Cool.
selling. Which, mate, I mean, Final Fantasy 7 like banged back in the day. Like, I feel like everybody with a PS1 owned it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like the logical answer, but then I think of Final Fantasy X, and I feel like people love that as much as they love 7. And I'm also thinking Final Fantasy X was on PS2 and then PS3, and then also it crossed over to PS4. So I was banking that those 3 generations pumped up the numbers, but
Yeah.
it clearly didn't.
Because there was
I've
was
been,
one Final Fantasy X plus X2, but I was like, that's
yeah,
two
yeah.
different games.
No, so it's the same. It's 10 and 10 too. So it's like bundled together. Was that near the top?
Yeah, I think that might have been top.
So
But I'm sure it was X and X2, and I was like, well, that's a double pack of games, so that can't count.
it's one of those ones where it's like Final Fantasy X came out and then 10-2 came out and then it got bundled together sort of as a double package, sort of all in, one box sort of thing. So wow.
But this random post on Reddit says it was Final Fantasy 7, so
Yeah, I mean fair enough, that game was massive. But in my brain I'm saying Final Fantasy X is a close second.
listen, mate, I'm just trusting random people on the internet. I ain't no
Yeah, I was gonna
statistician.
say our sources for the highest selling games in a franchise is trust me, bro.
Yeah, this is just make believe.
All right, so a franchise that you should be familiar with. I want to know what is the best-selling Splinter Cell game.
All right. So, Splinter Cell 1 sold really well. Pandora Tomorrow, I don't think sold well. Chaos Theory, the best Splinter Cell game. I feel like that's got to be super high. Then it's Double Agent. That was across 2 generations, but that was pretty badly reviewed, so I don't think that'd be high. Conviction, Xbox only. And then Blacklist. Blacklist is the newest, so I'm thinking that might be the highest selling. But then at the same time, Chaos Theory was unreal. I think it's between Splinter Cell 1 or Chaos Theory, and I'll go Chaos Theory.
You're wrong.
Ah, no, what's the best selling?
So the best-selling Tom Clancy's game is the first one, so just Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. The first one, it sold 6 million. And then we've got Chaos Theory that sold 2.5 million. And for some reason, on the site that I was reading with the information, it just said launch. So I did some further investigating to see, did they just sell 2.5 at launch? And then have there been more sales? But they're just, there was just no answer. It was just 2.5. And then Blacklist as well has sold 2 million. So the first Splinter Cell smashes every other title pretty much out of the park. But an interesting thing as well about the Tom Clancy franchise is that there's like reported sales from Ubisoft saying that the franchise as a whole has sold about 30 million.
Splinter Cell?
But Splinter Cell.
Okay.
Like, as all of the games together allegedly have sold like 30 million, right? And when you break down, is it like 6 or 8 games, however many games there are, when you break down the lists and add them all together, there's only 16 million. So there's like another however many million just unaccounted for that Ubisoft have just not shared what they've been sold on. So this is the problem with with things like this. We're never going to know the true answer. We can only go with the information that the companies share. So, in an alternate universe, maybe Chaos Theory is, but according to the stats that are officially published, it's number 1. So
yeah,
we're zero. We're 0 for 0.
There was also the PSP game Essentials.
Yes, yeah, they
looked
quite strange.
I don't think that would have sold.
They didn't have any sales reported on the list I was seeing, probably because they didn't sell many.
But mate, Chaos Theory should be number 1. All right. Mate, if you get this one, I will be shocked.
Oh no. What is it?
FIFA. The best-selling FIFA game.
Oh.
Not EAFC. That doesn't count. I wouldn't be cruel to you. It's FIFA.
FIFA 14.
Wrong. 18. 26 million sales, apparently.
26, 18. There was 2 ways to guess that. I thought FIFA 14 was like one of the revolutionary ones, right? I was like, that was like one that went off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I still don't think I would have said 18. I think I probably would have said maybe 20 or 19. Like that end, like when it got revolutionary again.
Yeah, I would have guessed 16 would have been my guess. Because I feel like everybody had 16. That.
Yeah.
But wow. Mate, that was a bad one. That was evil on me. It put trophy.
Mate, how many? There's like 24 games to go through. I'm surprised the modern ones haven't sold as much because it feels like everyone plays FIFA, especially with like esports and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Maybe we're both going to be doing punishments.
Maybe we're both going to get 0 on this.
Yeah, well, I hope you can get this one. I'd like to think this one. Oh, yeah, this one's easy. Right, give me the best-selling Battlefield game.
Oh shit. At
least you've not got 20 to choose from.
It's not going to be any of the bad companies. It will not be any of the PS2 games. It's going to be 3, 4, or I don't think 1 or 5 would be that high. Hardline definitely no. 2042 definitely no. It's between 3 or 4. And I would say, I'm trying to think, because 4 had a really bad launch, but 3 went up against Modern Warfare 3 and just done ass. I'll go Battlefield 4, the best Battlefield game, Battlefield 4.
It's not Battlefield 4.
Mate, is it 3?
It's not even Battlefield 4 is not even in the top two.
What?
Battlefield Right, so Battlefield 3 is in second place.
Damn.
Do you want to have a guess what's in first place? This isn't for a point. I'm just giving you another chance to.
I mean, I'm thinking it's got to be 5 or 1.
Which one though?
Battlefield 1, I think, was better than 5. I'll go Battlefield 1.
I was really shocked at this. Battlefield 1 sold 21 million.
Damn. Mate, really?
Yeah. Battlefield 3 had 15 million.
I think
And
Battlefield
then-
1 came out at the same time as when Call of Duty was in space.
Was
And
it?
that might
Well,
be why.
yeah.
That might have helped it. But mate, I would never have thought it would be like the highest selling Battlefield game.
Neither did I. I thought it was going to be 3, to be honest. 3 or 4. Yeah, the Bad Company ones didn't even get a sniff on the list. I don't know if they're classed as they just weren't in this ranking at all. But yeah, Battlefield 4 done just over 7 million, I believe. So it probably takes about the third spot.
Because
But
like
yeah,
I
it's-
said, Battlefield 3 went up against Modern Warfare 3. And I know it lost against that, but obviously that's COD, it's like a juggernaut. And
Yeah.
Battlefield 4 went up against Call of Duty Ghosts. And Ghosts was considered like a really shit COD game, so I was thinking more people went to Battlefield.
Yeah, yeah, because I remember COD Ghosts.
The dog.
That game, like, sorry.
The dog. There was the trailer in Battlefield 4 where the guy just grabs and punches the dog. Because that's all Ghosts was going on about, was that wee Riley motherfucker. And Fish AI.
Yeah. I love Riley and the fish, but like the campaign was all right, but it was the multiplayer. They tried to make the maps like Battlefield. They made like really large maps, and I was like, COD, chill, dude, stay in your lane.
Yeah, stay in your
That's
lane.
what Battlefield do. Like, do you know what I mean? That's what they do. But yeah, quite shocking. And 21 million do be a lot of units as well.
Mate, I mean, think
But-
how close that is to the best selling FIFA game, which was 26. That's kind of mad to think about.
EA is smashing it. To be
Rolling
honest,
in the cash.
unreal. Battlefield 1 though generally was a good game. Like it was really good.
All right.
So.
This one, you've got 2 because it's a tie. And I feel like you'll probably get it. Dragon Ball. The best selling Dragon Ball game. Or one of the best selling, because it's a tie between the two of them. I can't even help you because I don't even know what generations it's on. I can't even give you.
Oh, that's
an
even worse. That makes you think it's a PS3 one. Oh, I don't know.
Mate, I don't know any Dragon Ball games. Like it could have been PS5, 4, 3.
I would want to say like a PS2 stroke PS3, like Dragon Ball Z, Budokai 3, Tenkaichi 3. I would want to say that, but I just don't think it would have sold much. Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z had a big esports scene, so I could maybe see that being up there. But I'm gonna go with even the new one. I don't know how much that would have sold. I'm gonna say Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Should have went Fighter Z, mate.
Was it Fighter?
Fighter Z and Xenoverse 2, both at 10 million.
Damn. Yeah.
Mate, see, when
I
you
just
said
thought
Fighter Z, I was like, poker face, poker face.
I was gonna say I tried not to look at you because I was like I don't like I just need to not see if he's if he's got a tell. But yeah, I mean it makes sense. I just also thought with Kakarot, I mean I guess it was story based, but I just thought that would have performed really well. Damn.
I don't even know anything
Oh.
about the series to like back you up or anything. But
Yeah, it's a weird one. I love them, but I don't know that. Like I played Fighter Z, but I didn't really play it for that long. It wasn't really my cup of tea. But oh well. On to the next one. You gonna score a point this time?
probably not.
I think you might maybe. What's the best selling Dragon Age game?
Ooh. It's either
There's only
Origins or Inquisition.
couple.
There's only 4 games. Veilguard never sold well. Dragon Age 2 was ass. So it's Origins or Inquisition. I would say Inquisition.
You would be correct.
Yeah.
12 million in sales. Unfortunately, I don't have any other stats for you on that one. But yeah, you got that one correct.
Yeah.
Finally, he's on the board.
I was like, it's got to be between one of these two. And I know a lot of people get into Dragon Age from Inquisition. So, mate,
What order did that like? Is that 3? Or like,
it's
what is,
3. So it's
what is
Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, then Veilguard.
Right.
So,
Got ya.
next, your favourite video game series that you love so much you've done 2 videos on it. Tekken.
2 videos.
The best-selling Tekken game.
Mate, I feel like I'm being shafted of all of these because they've got like there's 8 games minimum. Then you got the tag team.
Tag,
Oh,
there's
for fuck's
2.
sake.
Then I don't know if it would count Tekken Cross Street Fighter. I never checked. Was it Street Fighter? What was the
Yeah, it was Street
Tekken?
Fighter, I think.
Was it?
Mate, I actually just don't know where to start on this. Like, I'm under the assumption that modern games sell really well, but is it Tekken 2 that everyone says is like the best
Oh,
Tekken?
Tekken 2 and Tekken 3 were amazing back in the day.
Yeah.
Do you want me to help you? Since you gave me an easy one with Dragon Age.
Is it older? I feel like it'd be older.
Do you want to help? Do you want to help?
I'll have a little bit of help.
My help's gonna make it a coin flip.
How can you not make it a coin flip? Oh,
You've platinumed it. There you go. You've got a
Alright.
50-50 chance.
I can't believe that Tekken 2 is not there on there.
I think how much smaller the player base was back in
That's
the
yeah,
90s, so.
that's what I'm thinking as well. Obviously, the smaller player base, and that's what I'm saying about modern games. Like people have so much access. I'm gonna go with Tekken 7. I feel like it's been out longer, and it. Do you think PlayStation Plus counts as well, or is this just raw?
Nah, I wouldn't imagine so. Tekken 7 at 10 million sales. So there we go. We
Nice.
both get points on the board, finally.
I was gonna say you definitely assisted me on that one. You could have. I was being led down the alley of going for an edgy answer of Tekken 2.
Tekken Tag.
I was also thinking. I was also thinking Tekken 6 as well. I was like, is that is that one? All right. Best selling Sly Cooper game. You've played these in right?
I've played the trilogy. I've not played Thieves in Time. There was only 4 games. See, Thieves in Time was on PS3, which makes me think that. Just like the same way as like Tekken, where it's like the newest game is the best selling.
But as well, didn't they all come to PS3 though as well?
Is the trilogy collection the HD collection?
Okay, well, I will say that the collection wasn't on any of the spreadsheets. For instance, it was all
It's just
individual
single
games. Oh right. Okay, so maybe it is. Yeah.
I don't think it's Thieves in Time. I would have said either Sly 2 or Sly 3, but because Splinter Cell, it was the first Splinter Cell that sold the best, I'm going to guess Sly Cooper's the same, and I'm going to say Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus.
It's not. It's
Damn.
Sly 2 Band
Oh,
of
man.
Thieves with. Do you want to know the millions?
Give me the millies.
1,000,081. 1.81 million.
Mate, is that it?
Which exactly, I was like, is that it? Like, but maybe we've just picked like mega franchises for other things that are selling, like FIFA and Battlefield, that are selling like 20. Like that is obviously an unholy number. But yeah, that's the smallest one on the list. At least for me, anyway.
It's the smallest on both our lists.
Yeah.
So,
Well, what is this? This is the last one for me, right?
yep. Resident Evil. It doesn't include like Resident Evil 2. It doesn't
And 2
include
remake.
2 HD. They're both separate. Same with 4 and 4 HD. They're separate.
What's the difference between 4 and 4 HD?
Like Resident
2 and
Evil
2
4
HD.
and then the remake. I mean, and then
Oh,
2
right,
and
okay,
the
okay.
remake, 3 and the remake. So they're all separate.
Right.
They're all separate sales.
I think it's between the OGs. I don't think the modern ones, personally. Between 2 and 4, it's difficult. I don't want to do the Final Fantasy mistake. Like the older ones sold well with Resident Evil 2, but then everybody just blimmin' loves Resident Evil 4, don't they? And say how good it is, and the amount of ports that it had. It was on GameCube, like it was
Wii.
just accessible to everybody. this is going to come to bite me, but I think it's Resident Evil 4 OG.
You were so
You're going to shake your
close.
head and say,
Mate, I was
no.
actually really surprised at this. It's Resident Evil 5.
5?
Resident Evil 5, it's 16 million sales apparently. According to some guy on the internet. Don't take this as a fact for me.
That is so surprising.
It kinda,
That is.
the hype for Resident Evil 5 back in the day when it came out was unreal though. I remember everybody was so hyped for it because it was the first one on 360, like that generation. And also it was co-op, so it was like, oh, me and my pal can... Like, I remember me and my brother were like just buzzing for it. We used to buy the wee magazines and stuff. You'd like look at it like, oh mate, it's finally we're getting Resident Evil co-op. It's what we've always dreamed of. So
Yeah,
mate, the hype on that
valid.
was unreal at the time.
What? I don't know if you would have seen in your browsing, but what about the remakes? Are they just nowhere close
I think they were
to it
pretty
then?
high. I think 2 was the highest out of the remakes.
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, I mean, I'm generally surprised it's 5 and not 4. And then if it wasn't going to be 4, I thought it would be one of the new remakes because, you know, it's obviously a modern game. But wow, that's I'm pretty bad at this. I feel like we should do this again at some point, and maybe we.
I reckon we flip it and we do the worst selling from each series.
Oh, that would be good. Right. So to finish up for you then, mate, to potentially win this.
Ooh. Hold on,
What's
let me
the
just quickly
best?
Google it. Say it slow for me.
What is the best Uncharted or best-selling Uncharted game?
Right, well, it's not Lost Legacy, because that was fucking ass. I don't think Uncharted 4. I don't think 3, I don't think 1. I think it's between 2 or 4. And I'm struggling. I'll go 4 just because it's on the PS4 and it had the bigger player base.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
Let's go.
You've taken it 2-1. Uncharted 4 sold 18.6 million,
Damn.
which is the highest of the series. I was intrigued to see what the collection did, but there wasn't really any, like the Lost Legacy collection of 4 and Lost Legacies. I was trying to see what that would be, and there wasn't really any definitive information on that one. But yeah, 4 like completely smashed it out of the park there.
I wanted to check. We could technically call it a draw, depending on our sources.
Why is that?
Because, so, on the one I seen was Resident Evil 5, it's 16 million sales. And I was like, I thought Resident Evil 2, like the remake would be it. This is Statista, if we want to count it. And this says Resident Evil 5 only sold 9.4 million, and Resident Evil 2 remake sold 14.5. Oh, you said 4 anyway, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I said 4.
Ah, it doesn't matter, I win. Let's go.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like we can't be changing. Like we put down in our notes, we did our research, and that's it.
Mate,
I've
I've
also
done
gone
a
in.
solid 5 minutes of Googling. I've done as much research as I could be arsed.
I mean, I've gone on to Reddit as well, and this is from a year ago of updated figures, and it's got Resident Evil 5 on top of 15 million, so slightly conflicting.
Well,
Resident
nice.
Evil 2, 13 million, and then Resident Evil 4, 2005 with 13 million. So still not the best.
Hey, it's
So,
just
yeah,
random shit on the internet. We just gotta
it's
guess.
it's so difficult to know because especially with that Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell stuff, there's 16 like there's so many millions of unaccounted, like they've just not released the data for it. So for instance, Chaos Theory could technically be the best selling, but we don't know because obviously what's published doesn't do any justice. And I know that you struggle to find a best-selling Call of Duty game, so I think
Oh, mate, it was a
if
different
anybody in the
answer every
comments,
time.
yeah, if anybody in the comments can find a definitive answer on the best-selling Call of Duty game, we'd be very intrigued because we both tried to look and
It flopped
we'd love
between
to. Yeah,
Black Ops 1, 2, 3 and Modern Warfare 2019. I'm
Crazy
surprised
stuff.
MW2 ain't in there, I'll be honest. Or, mate, Modern Warfare
Yeah.
3 as well.
Oh, I mean, they've had so many like amazing games. I think obviously Black Ops 3 does make sense because everybody loved that. But then I think about to the PS3
Black Ops
times,
2,
and I'm
Mel,
like,
I would say. I don't think everybody liked
Well, that's-
Black Ops 3 with the ultimate ability shit.
You say that though, but that was the best
Wall running.
multiplayer we had.
Did I have
Yeah, but
wall
that
running
was like
as well?
the best spacey movement that we had in comparison to Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare. So it's considered an upgrade, and it wasn't bad. And the zombies on it is like until like Black Ops 6, there's still obviously an ongoing debate, but people are like, well, this is the best zombies we've had since, PS3.
Mm-hmm.
So drop us a thumbs up.
People listening are
You
like,
know
why
that.
does he keep saying this?
Yeah, so for some reason I've got reactions on my. I don't think it's the webcam. I think it's my Mac.
I think
It
it's a
likes
Mac
to do
thing.
thumbs
Yeah.
up. Yeah, yeah. Well, I like it on. I could probably turn it off, but seeing
Yeah.
the old
Has a
thumbs
little
up pop up.
pizzazz random.
Yeah, bit of pizzazz. You don't need to edit in the like bar
Mm-hmm.
in post. I'll just do it myself.
We need
It
to get
doesn't come up when I try to do it
when
either.
you try and do it on purpose, it doesn't happen. We need to try. Did you not get
Yeah.
confetti one time as well?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, no idea how I did that, but yeah, I had confetti. It was like happy birthday or something.
Yeah, some
Whether I
weird.
have to say that or who knows. Well, I'm gonna need to do a forfeit of some sort, unfortunately, for losing that battle 2-1. I think if anything, we were both appalling.
Oh mate, so bad. I
Um,
can't wait for somebody that actually knows their shit to come in and be like, actually, Leon won 4-1 because all the stats was wrong.
Mate, I feel like if anything, I'm gonna get a few sympathy comments just for the amount of games in the franchises.
Mate, I didn't even really realise. I was just like, what's a load of games that he's played a bunch of Resident Evil, he's done a bunch of Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Well, I think the most would have been
FIFA?
no for you. I think the most would have been Splinter Cell. I think they had like 8 games. The rest of them were like maybe
Splinter
five
Cell's
max.
6, I think.
Is it
Splinter
6?
Cell, Pandora Tomorrow, Chaos Theory, Double Agent. There's 2 versions of that, but it's Double Agent,
Count it. Yeah,
Conviction, Blacklist, and then Essentials. 7.
7. Yeah, I think that was the most. Uncharted has
5.
5. Sly has 4. Battlefield has. Oh wait, no. Does that have 5 or 6?
Battlefield has a
6?
load. See if you include like the PS2 games like Modern Combat and
Yeah,
all that.
true. That they
That
didn't
goes to like
even get.
10, maybe.
Yeah, true. Actually,
10,
and then
12
Dragon Age
max.
is 4.
Aye. Mate, you were a lot nicer to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's what we play though, isn't it? So it's maybe I should play games that only have 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, mate, just
Series.
looking at it like Final Fantasy, there's over like 15 games. FIFA, over
Yeah,
like 20.
I should
Dragon
have.
Ball, I don't know. But
It completely slipped my mind the MMO one. Like, it's one of those ones where you get the answers to the test, and you're like, "Of course it is."
it's
Why
so
didn't I think about
obvious.
that? Like, because I'm an idiot. That's why I'm an absolute idiot.
Yeah, I wasn't counting the 14 just because I was like, it's an MMO. Do you count it as like
Yeah,
sales?
I think is it Final Fantasy 11 or 12? One of those is a multiplayer game as well, so
I
I
think
don't know where that would have ranked.
it's one of those like Lightning Returns or something like that. Is that 11?
No, that's 13.
13?
One of the 13 games, 13 free. So again, I
13
don't know what.
3?
Well, yeah, so there's 13, 13 2, and 13 free, but I have no idea what. I'm assuming they just count them individually
It's weird.
because there's no bundles, but for some reason there's a bundle of 10 and 10 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's a mystery. We need to get a Final Fantasy expert on. So if you're listening, HMU, and get on the pod so you can upskill us.
And try and
Upskill us
explain
noobs.
Final Fantasy to me.
Yeah,
Hold my hand.
please help me.
But I feel like, mate, we came into this episode breaking the fourth wall here. We were like, we don't know how long this will go. Might be a shorter episode.
It never is with us, is it? It never is.
We're a good bit over 2 hours.
I was going to say it feel like maybe touching 3. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it sticks between 2 or something. But yeah, we had a we had a few intro mishaps as well. Whether the viewers get to see those, I think they should.
Just hear the dogs barking and snoring.
Yeah, and just me giggling at an intro. That's the kind of content people want to see.
That's what they came here for.
Exactly. Just. Oh, well, mate, it's been a pleasure as always. Of
It's always
course,
good.
if you watching us, listening. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify. We're always dropping clips on the YouTube channel if you want some bite-sized content to watch as well throughout the weeks, in case you
Every
are missing our faces.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, there is content dropping on the channel.
Yes, sir.
And every second Monday is the podcast, then the following is the book club. That'll be specific video. And then the other ones are just random clips.
So you may see some older clips pop up as well, because we've got quite the backlog. So just
I think
depends.
I think we only started doing the clips on episode 10.
Yeah.
So we've got 9 episodes of clips that we can go back, and I still need to go back and timestamp them. I really want to go back and listen to the Bomb Chop episode and do that. Get the timestamps for all that and listen back on that one.
Yeah. That'll be a good one to get some clips out as well.
Sorry,
Anywho, we're trying to wrap up and we're waffling.
We're seeing how long we can get this episode to go.
Do you know what? Let's just have it silenced. I'll just not hit stop.
I would just keep going. But that was episode 12. Leon, any closing statements?
Well, I had a disappointing finish to the pod. I've obviously lost my challenge, so please be nice with the forfeit if anyone can think one in the comments. If not, Chris will decide my fate, and I'll be back on the next one. I'll be looking for some revenge, so watch out, Chris.
we'll next episode we'll do the worst in each series.
Yeah, we'll do the worst.
We'll do the worst. But yeah, that was episode 12. New videos out on both our channels, and go watch them. We'll see you motherfuckers in the next one. Much love. Peace.
Much love. Peace.